planet is depopulated now.
For anybody that is watching now or that begins or starts watching this later, Nick, say hi.
Hi.
Nick is playing currently Colleen. May rename herself at some point. She is the young hacker girl of the starship, well, that they now know as the Raza. Mel, go ahead and say hi.
Hello.
Mel is playing the android that has decided that he wants to be called Nemo.
For
Uh,
now.
Matt, say hello.
Hello.
And Matt is playing Dude, also potentially to be renamed. Um, yeah, just a laid back uh, engineer type guy. One of our missing players is Jeff playing Clark, a pilot with a cowboy accent, and the one that we're waiting on is M, who's gonna be playing
No, she's here
Captain.
She's
now.
here now.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
there's M. M, say hi.
Hello.
M is playing Cap. Uh, for anybody who's watching and knows the Dark Matter TV series, Cap is inspired from Porcelain. Colleen inspired from Five. Um, Nemo is inspired by one of the other androids in the show, and Clark is inspired by forget his name, Six. All right. So Emma was just saying, let's have some in-character interaction about those killing sprees, those crime reports. What has people got to say about that?
Am I the only one who looked
Who looked?
at the
At
crime
the
reports?
reports.
No.
Well, I figured she would because, well, yeah.
Well, Cap and Dude had their own little discussion about some of that.
Yes. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to share that conversation with the rest of the party.
um. Well, yeah. Honestly, outside of Cap, uh, unless someone else brings it up to him, um, Dude kind of doesn't really talk. It does. It's not that he's explicitly not talking about it, but it's just one more thing that's going on, and unless somebody brings it up in conversation or asks him about it, what he thinks about it, it's not something he's gonna even put in much thought into because we've got a lot of other stuff going on. So
Right now, we have slightly more important fish to tackle.
You do, but you've also got a little bit of downtime on Mona while repairs and maintenance is being done on the ship.
It's true.
oh yeah, that's why I said if anybody else comes to him to talk about it. I will say that his other main objective during the downtime, during the, as they're doing repairs, would be to try to get as familiar with the ship and the layout of the ship as he can possibly be.
Okay.
Um,
We
with a,
also,
hmm?
sorry.
I'm going to say with a concentration on finding out if there's any other way to crack open that other section that we still can't get into.
Okay, apparently if I mute my microphone using the button on the headset, it doesn't exactly entirely mute me. So,
Oh,
No,
Button
and it
is
actually
malfunctioning.
creates a bit
sorry.
of a little bit of noise there too.
Yeah, I heard the
Yeah.
little.
Blip.
Yep.
All right, I will keep that in mind. My apologies for the additional noise.
Could anyone throw me a link to the to the Stars Without Number rules? I can only find the one to the house rules PDF.
Yeah.
That should actually be in a different section of the Discord. I believe I put that in discussion. Yeah, that just takes you straight to the entire Dropbox.
At the
Just
top of
click
it, or
the pin at the top.
Oh yeah, in
I see.
discussion.
Oh, neat! I didn't know that function was there.
Oh yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
And the house rules are pinned at the top of rules challenge actually.
Yeah, but that was much easier to find because that's
Because that's the only thing in there. Yeah.
exactly.
So when you guys begin challenging my rulings, you'll still be able to find the house rules at the top with a pin.
There you go.
Right.
Dude, after having done a few other things, would actually go back to talk to the cap at some point, and kind of not necessarily a hey, can we talk in private, but that sort of hey, over here, let me, this is if somebody listens, he's not worried about them listening in, but I just want to ask you something.
Of course.
I got a thought, because I mean, we still don't know what's exactly is going on with this ship, like I said. And we're going to be getting a lot of parts and a lot of influx. And while it certainly would speed up the time of working on this thing, I don't know that I really want to let anybody else off the planet in here, man.
I can see your point. Maybe in less sensitive areas with one of us to watch them.
That works. I mean, if nothing else, I'd be worried about hitchhikers.
People wanting to come along.
Does kind of seem like a boring planet.
Seems like a very boring planet, but useful.
What? Oh yeah. I mean, boring from the what, like 2 rooms and 1 outside view we've seen?
I mean, we don't know what else is going on here other than it looks like some sort of mining facility. And they are very secretive.
Yeah, man, I get a weird vibe off of these people.
Just a little bit.
I mean, I like the girl. She was nice.
Too bad we can't take her along with us.
Yeah, man.
I don't think that would be a good idea, and I doubt we would be welcome back if we did take her.
Oh yeah. As if they knew that we took her.
There's nobody else.
Yeah, that's true. So no pet colonist?
I don't think it would be a good idea, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now, if she stows away, that's a different issue.
Oh, yeah,
And that,
nothing
I think,
we
was
can
the
do about
point.
that. We would be just as shocked and surprised as anybody else.
Of course.
He winks at the cat, and he goes back to his work.
Oh, getting ourselves into trouble.
Awesome. Well, someone has to do it.
Never
Mhm.
takes you long.
No, it never does
Also,
take us long.
sorry for the drifting accent. We just watched The Expanse, and so Alex kind of drifted into my head there.
That's all right. You still do a better job than El Jefe.
I would do a better job than him.
Now.
Probably.
He's not here to defend himself.
Mhm.
Accents are simply a different way of speaking. His accent happens to be one that's similar, but not actually like anybody else.
It's a unique
I wouldn't
and
even
special
call it all that
snowflake.
close.
Similar in the sense that
I
apples
suppose I
and
could.
fruits are similar, or apples and oranges are similar.
Mhm.
Well, I suppose I could try to start speaking with a really bad Danish accent.
Mel, please don't.
I won't, because it sounds awful.
Wait, I thought that was a joke. Don't you speak with a Danish accent?
I don't speak of the bad one.
Oh, there's a difference.
There is a substantial difference. For instance, I can actually distinguish between voiced and unvoiced consonants.
Huh.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. I do slip up occasionally, I admit, but most of the time I can do it.
Yes, your
It's like
English has never
regionally
been a
whether
problem for me.
it's like depending on where you are. It's the Greek sandwich with the meat and the tomatoes and the feta and the cucumbers.
Gyros.
It's either gyros or gyros.
Alright. The administrator that has been monitoring, watching, helping you guys. You get a little message from Tom. It says he's approaching the ship. You're about 2 days into your maintenance. You got 5 days left.
Cap will go down and meet him.
Actually, I gave you half time with all the help, didn't I?
Yes.
Pretty sure I
Sounds
gave you half time, so you're
Sounds
halfway through.
familiar.
nice. Did Tom was that a ship intercom broadcast message, or did he just tell the cap?
He just told the crew.
Okay. I mean, obviously, dude would have been down in the repair decks getting stuff taken care of. He would have sent up just shot a quick message to the cap. I mean, I'm kind of up to my elbows in something. Do you want people along, or you go okay?
I'm good.
All right. He dives back into his work.
Okay. Anybody else going out?
I'll take that as a no.
Nah,
No,
Colleen would take a road trip.
Nemo is assisting Buddy with work where he can and and using his whatever time he has. Not doing that internally configuring new routines. Since I
He's got
figured
jacked
that.
up.
Since I figured that it wouldn't, the second persona that I technically have now wouldn't just pop out of nowhere. So I'm just putting in some training time to justify the new ability.
Okay. Are you trying to meet him halfway? Tom's message came to you at about when he came down the ladder from the spaceport and was just hitting the ground. So he's got about
She met him
100
at the
meters.
entrance to the ship.
Meet him at the entrance to the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys already had the cargo ramp down because you've been coming in and out with supplies and materials. So you meet him as he reaches the ramp, and he looks around, more of a metaphorical gesture than actually looking at anything, since it's just the inside of the cargo bay of the ship. Quite a lot of work done, and still always more work left to do, isn't there?
Seems just like that. It seems it's that way no matter where you go, huh?
Well, even on my small little planet here, it always seems that way.
Is there something we can do for you?
Oh, I just wanted to have a word, some conversation.
Of course.
Check up on you, see how you're doing.
Do you care to come to? I assume the captain's found her office on the ship by now.
Yeah,
Assuming
you've
she
got
has
those
one.
the conference room type things.
Yeah. She would have picked one and put her stamp on it a little bit.
Okay. Yes.
She'll take him there.
Okay. Is Colleen going along with?
Yup.
Cap, Colleen, and Raduan proceed through the ship. He is looking around, even though he was familiar with you guys from before. He appears to be looking at the ship as if it is a new experience for him. He's not quite as wondrous about it as other people you've met here, or other person you've met here. But it is still clear that he's seeing new things as you guys walk him onto the ship. And he, walking through a hallway, says, "Quite an amazing feat of architecture. In one compact space, relatively, you have as much machinery and equipment as we do in a quarter of our sprawl."
Tomorrow.
I believe you cut out there, Emma.
I said she is quite a wonder.
Yes, indeed. The rest of the little trek through your ship sounds like it goes in silence, unless either of you say anything to him. You get to your conference room. By the way, Emma, if you are saying or replying anything, I'm not hearing you.
Let me adjust my mic gain.
Okay.
Yeah, you were cutting in and out a little bit.
Yes, you were.
Is this better?
Well, I can hear you.
Okay.
So, was anything being said to him while you're traveling?
No, she was going to let the rest of the journey go in silence. Figure anything they have to say probably should be said in private.
Okay.
That reminds me, anything we actually emote in the in-game channel, I guess any people watching us would miss that.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
That's their problem.
Well,
So sympathetic.
yeah, there's
This
one
is the
viewer right
Dane we're
now, and I
talking
think
about.
it's me. By the way, if there is a viewer out there other than me, put something in chat. Put a period or a space or a semicolon even would be sufficient. Um, but really, if there is anybody that's watching this and becomes invested enough to see what's going on in outside of voice, I can always throw an invite to the Discord. That particular channel is not restricted, except that only players and GM, of course, can type into it, as is the case with all of the in-session channels. So, yeah, that is bonus privileges, I guess.
Early adopter access.
Redwan moves along at whatever pace you set, although if allowed to his own measure, he adopts that same slow, relaxed pace.
Cap walks a little bit faster than that.
He keeps up.
She walks with like a woman with purpose.
So Colleen has a little difficulty with keeping up too, huh?
Yes.
Short, stubby little legs.
No sympathy for the short.
There you go.
Cap's
Probably-
only 2 inches taller.
hmm Probably during that walk through the ship, Cap would have just heard a quick little beep in the interpersonal communicator, and just, dude, everything all right?
She will pause for a moment and just say, taking our guests to the conference room.
All right. Let me know if you need anything.
Will do.
Yes, unlike the wonder of that technology that I experienced in Shadowrun, there is no sub-vocal communication in this universe.
We've
It's
almost
called-
got it working in this universe, but
Really?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Throw a link in chat. I'd like to see that.
Well, there are psychic powers, so aren't there telepathy?
I was gonna say that's basically telepathy.
Right.
Also, there's sign language.
Doesn't
Yeah.
work so well over audio comm though.
Yeah, no.
No.
Not unless you've got some kind of weird eye implant that,
You blink in SOS.
that could get really interesting.
Really obvious too. You make it.
I don't know. I know people who are big blinkers, and then people who have really weird habits, and it doesn't seem like they blink at all.
You make it to the conference room. He does take an offered seat, sits down, is still looking around. And when I assume you close the door?
Yep.
When a few moments after the door is closed and the room is secured, looks over at Cap. Is everything alright?
Other than being busy with the repairs, and yes, I believe everything is fine.
Hmm. We appreciate the spam. It has given many Monans a smile as they ate. I'm afraid the fare that we'll be providing to you in return will not truly be able to repay the spam.
That's something one very rarely hears.
Spams. Sorry.
Honestly, the start of the phrase was probably very rarely heard. Thank you for the spam.
Yes, thank you for the spam. This is still
Wait.
greatly amusing to me.
Wait till they check their mailboxes.
Not that spam. Well, maybe from you. You have provided us with additional people to help us get things done. Really, that's very much appreciated. You've helped us get badly needed supplies, and you've provided us with a place to stay while we get all of this done.
Yes. Simple matter of self-preservation in some way.
But you don't feel like that's sufficient?
Oh no, I simply came over to have a conversation with you.
Was there anything in particular you wanted to discuss?
And pauses. Well, I suppose not. Surely you understand that life on Mona here is considerably slower paced than you are accustomed to.
Time on a ship can either drag out for a very long time, or what feels like a very long time, or it's very fast.
Whereas time on Mona is simply one day after another.
Sure that you have things to entertain you, keep you busy.
Oh, certainly. We receive holovids, games, and plenty of physical activities. Indoor sports, of course. Yes. Life isn't boring on Mona.
It's just slow.
Slow and simple.
I can't say anything for us has been terribly simple.
No, it seems not. Well, if you're quite certain that everything is okay, suppose I should leave you to your work.
Is there something that makes you think that it's not?
I'm an old man, Porcelain. I've seen children and grandchildren. There's always something wrong, something that's not alright, something that needs to be talked about. I think I even have great grandchildren. Yes.
It's quite a feat. Quite a legacy.
Smiles a little bit. Life on Mona is slow.
Sorry, like sorry,
Yeah.
that just made me think of New Hampshire and what people get up to during the winter.
Not like you got anything else to do.
Exactly.
Spring
Sorry.
babies.
Spring babies, yep.
He starts to stand up. Looks towards the closed door. Will that open for me?
I didn't lock you in. But allow me to walk with you.
Of course.
If you want, I can take you on a little tour.
That would
Something more than just the cargo bay and the hallways, if you like.
That would certainly be something to tell the kids, so to speak.
She'll take him on a walk around some of the less sensitive areas of the ship.
What are the less sensitive areas?
The kitchen?
The medical, but like the general areas of the ship.
Okay.
Interesting places, but not like where the weapon systems are.
Here's all our guns.
Look at our big guns. Yeah, while they have their big guns trained on us.
Uh-huh.
She will kind of say as she's walking around with him. So, is there a reason why you have your weapon systems pointed at us?
Always a precaution.
I mean, certainly you can tell that our weapon systems aren't powered up.
Would take a mere few seconds, would it not?
She kind of shrugs. Don't worry, you've helped us. We have no plans to do anything to your planet. In fact, I think if we were welcomed, we would definitely come back and bring more supplies with us if that was all right with you.
You are welcomed. Think of it also as a plausible deniability. If Galactic Mandate does come around, we can easily say, we have you trapped here and we're awaiting.
She'll kind of arch a brow at that.
Lovely.
Grins.
So that's not what you're doing, is it?
Not by any stretch.
As long as we understand each other.
I understand what those weapons on your ship are capable of doing.
She'll just kind of give him a grim little smile at that. So she has an idea of what they're capable of, but if they worked. Sitting duck.
Just keep whistling past the graveyard.
I was just gonna say, we don't even know what they do. Maybe you could tell us.
She has been carefully skirting that issue with him, so shush.
Alright. He graciously makes small talk about various parts of the tour. Oh my, what a nice kitchen you have.
Medical bay. She'll
Oh
take him
my,
to the
what a nice
bridge.
medical bay you have.
She will take him to the bridge. I assume the systems aren't on except for maybe comms.
Oh my, what a nice bridge you have.
It is a nice bridge.
He asks appropriate questions, but nothing too invasive. Of course, that's quite easy with the kitchen and the medical bay. And when the tour is over, unless there is more discussion, he simply takes his leave.
Like, Cap will go down and find Dude
Okay.
afterwards, and it's just like part of me wants to trust him, and part of me really, really doesn't.
He's probably got a console open and plugging bits and pieces into it, and kind of looks up at her over what he's working on. Oh, I mean, we are lacking a lot of information.
I know, but how vulnerable do we make ourselves if we tell him the truth?
Oh. Well, it'd be pretty hard to be more vulnerable than we are right now.
Well, but at least we appear useful.
That's true.
And I think that's what he seems to be after, as long as we're more used to him this
Than a
way.
threat.
We are friends. If we're not useful, then it might be more useful for him to sell us out.
Or just steal all their spam.
Hell, I'd give
I
him all
don't
the...
see. Yeah, I don't see the problem.
Well, we'll have other food. We have other food available now, so we will. Now that we've got the life support system and the hydroponics bays restocked. At least we know what we can bring as gifts.
Yeah.
And presumably, if they were so inclined as to betray us to the galactic authorities, then the reward money that they would receive in compensation would likely allow them to buy numerous cans of spam themselves.
I'm assuming
Was
Colleen
this
came
an
with.
error? Was this analysis erroneous?
and that Nemo is also there.
Yeah, you guys are. You guys have.
The whole fam damnly.
I don't think you're wrong, man.
If necessary, I'll bring it up, but otherwise, just don't think it's wise yet.
Well, I agree. Granted, whatever you decide, you're the cap. I'll back your play. I just really wish we could get some pre-tech components. Really like to get at least one gun working.
I can ask if they have any. But I don't think that they will here. Not without dismantling some of their own equipment, assuming that that's what it uses.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figure.
Though you would think that they would have some for repairs, but I don't think we could afford it.
Yeah, we kind of tapped ourselves out doing this.
Would a single gun operation truly be that much of a difference?
Yes.
Currently, would it not be prudent to assume that the seeming capacity of our vessel would be effective as a bluff, whereas if we were to open fire with only one cannon, would reveal that the rest are inoperable?
Well, we would fire across their nose, not up it. Come on, nobody got the Spaceballs reference?
I
No,
just
sorry.
Well, I mean, you might have a better mechanical brain for tactics than I do. I'd just like to know that if it came down to it, I did have at least one bullet in my gun.
Our weapons are apparently extremely good.
I was gonna say weird, but yeah, that too.
Weird also works. The impression that I got from Rajuan is that they have their weapons trained on us because we could literally have ours up in a heartbeat.
Provided they were operational, which they are not.
Yes, but he doesn't know that. And we're not telling him.
Obviously.
Dude plugs a couple of more things in. Says, well, I mean, at this point, I got tactical pretty much up and running. As long as things keep going at this pace, by the time we finish, I'll definitely have the emissions dampers up. And then we can sneak around the universe as much as we need. Mike, in his, digging into the systems and probably, running wiring and making and running spare parts and everything, would he have been able to get even an impression of where you might start to get into that second hidden bulkhead?
Oh yeah, there's a door.
Well,
Let's
other than the door we can't open.
Have we considered just cutting it open now that we have the equipment?
I'm not sure we want to do that because how do we repair that shit?
Yeah. And
We weld it shut?
Well, now here's the problem. That's the completely airtight container. Don't know what's in it.
Weren't we going to send the kid through the jerry tubes and?
There's no way in.
Or can we add atmosphere or air into it now that we're not in space? Is there a way to, use the computer systems to get air into the airtight?
Well, also some of us don't actually need air.
This is true, but we have no way to get into the.
Okay. If dude kind of looked up. Wait a minute. Like, we tried all our whatever accesses we had. Cap couldn't get in there.
Maybe Nemo can.
Yeah, you weren't up and running when we were trying that, man. Like, maybe you got a key stuck in your head that you don't know about.
Yes, look at the panel, think very hard, and see if anything comes to mind.
It is entirely plausible. My memory files are still substantially corrupted, and I see no reason not to attempt.
Neither do I.
I say, wait until there's nobody but us on the ship.
Like at night when we've sent everybody home to rest.
Your ship inventory has been updated with the new credits.
So I see.
I see that.
Tactical systems are fixed, as are the emissions dampers. You're not quite done with all the work yet. I'm just
Oh yeah.
getting the update. And after all is said and done, you will have 345,000 credits.
Do we still have the ship degradation penalty?
You do not. And meant to remove that.
Okay. I thought as well, but I figured I should ask.
Yeah. So that gives us 5 months before we got to run another maintenance run.
I did have a question. So I have some credits listed on my character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Are those ones that I actually have?
Those are a cred stick on your person found in your room.
Awesome. It's not much.
Oops. I was not supposed to actually delete the 6-month maintenance costs. Now I have to open up the file where I keep that information.
Hold, please, GM fiddling.
No, continue.
Yeah, at some point, if Nemo walks over to the door to take a look at it, dude would definitely be there to watch.
Oh,
Yep.
Cap's gonna be there to watch too.
So
Absolutely.
Spillane.
he
I'll
would
do that
actually,
as soon as it's feasible.
and uncharacteristically, he would actually have a gun.
Right, we don't know what's in there.
He kind of holds it up, and when he's looking at the cap, it doesn't feel comfortable. Like, I'm not getting any vibes off of, like, hey, maybe I was totally awesome with this, but, better safe than sorry. I feel like the other stuff.
Presumably, we can rule out the presence of any organic beings on the other side of the door, being that it's airtight.
Yes, but you're not an organic being. Could be another droid.
In that case, the
Yeah.
gun is not going to do much, though.
Well, might slow him down enough.
Well,
She'll
yeah, man. Thanks for
Cap will also be armed.
Well, and
Uh,
and I mean, if it's airtight, maybe it's got its own independent life support system.
I can assure you, if you're concerned, that the firepower of the weaponry you possess would be more than sufficient to disable me if necessary.
Well, thanks for that, man. Comforting. Kind of.
Yes, but I don't think we need to worry about our friend here.
Oh, I meant in the case of us encountering hostile non-biological life forms.
Does Cap know, or is it common knowledge that there are are there combat droids?
Yes.
Androids.
Oh yeah, there are
Yes.
entire full production runs of combat androids.
Mike just hasn't made rules for them yet.
No, that's actually those are Adas. Those
Yes.
are the Adas
Right.
are born from the production run of standard androids, whether
I-
combat or other, and
I know.
usually dissected and pulled apart. But yeah, no, there are as much as there are androids for mining, heavy lifting, even for serving at a restaurant. Um, there are combat androids. It just depends on the technology of the system, the area, and somebody's ability to make them. The factories for them are phenomenally expensive, and each individual android isn't cheap by itself. So That just adds to their upset when one of those androids happens to be something that has a personality. Nobody wants an android with a personality.
Oh,
Cap
Nobody-
doesn't seem to mind the android having a personality.
Well,
Nobody wants their
building an android wants it to have a personality. That's
nobody
a
wants their
defect.
toaster to talk back to them. Nobody wants a refrigerator with attitude. Come
Nobody wants
on.
a toaster with a guilt trip complex.
Can we have the doors that are happy when they open and close?
Ah.
That is something that Colleen may be able to program in.
Happy
I give them
doors.
all. Yes, I give them all a copy of the Android's operating system.
So you got this cargo bay that's not on the map. It is it's on the map where structural support should be. Um, so it was deliberately excluded from ship schematics. Although there is a door with a keypad, so it's not like it's entirely hidden.
It's just not some. You have to walk to it in order to find it. Really.
Yes. And in a 200-meter long ship, there are a lot of things that can get missed in a simple walk around. Colleen has kind of scoured through the ventilation area around that cargo area, or that you're assuming is a cargo area, looks like it, and was unable to find any ventilation access into it. It appears by all measures to be airtight space. And the four of you are at the door. Dude with
well,
pistol
does
in
the
hand.
does the door look at all in any way familiar?
Only as familiar as any other door.
Okay.
Dude kind of smiles, looks around at everybody. You know, I gotta try this. And he just walks up to the door and knocks on it. Then waits a second.
His knock is a resounding thunk of fragile bone on what seems like very, very thick metal. You're not even sure that sound could have made it through to the other side.
He looks back.
That action was highly unlikely to cause a positive result.
I mean, I had to try. So at least polite.
Assuming there's something in there.
Hey. I get the feeling my
Cap just
mom
kind of
cried.
is kind of amused by it. Don't you get the definite sense she's just kind of shaking her head a little bit, but is definitely amused.
I don't remember, but I get the feeling my mom taught me manners. And then he motions towards the door, for Nemo to do his thing.
Go up to the door. Take a closer look at it.
Well, it appears to be a very secure door even from this side. The like the other one, it has I forgot what it's called, but basically the dog lever wheel thing. A valve door
Right.
on the outside, which is firmly secured. In fact, you can even see parts of the locking mechanism on that. And to the side of the door is a simple display console. Has no biometric uh, scanner or tools or anything to it. It is just keypad and display.
I'll try typing in a random sequence. See
Okay.
what numbers immediately spring to mind.
A7318H. Do you hit enter?
Yep.
Nothing happens.
8675309.
One, 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 one,
1, 1, 1, 3.
3.
4.
This might take a while.
Yep. Yep. Brute forcing the keypad. 1, 1, 1, 4.
Do you try another code?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You better not be serious.
Sounds like something an idiot would have on his luggage.
Yes, since we're doing that now.
It's a perfectly good combination. Nobody would think to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'd start with 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is at least 1,000 combinations away.
If you're approaching from that angle, that is true.
Mm-hmm. Try
Yeah,
password 123 next.
I will actually try just a few random combinations.
Okay.
Just see if anything happens, and while I'm doing that, take a closer look at the locking mechanism, see if it looks like
Actually,
it could.
the first time you press another key after having hit enter, it just flashes red and does not enter. Does not go in.
Oh, that's not good.
The keypad appears to have a very strict lockout.
Did it do that where we tried to get in?
You guys didn't actually try to enter anything into the combination.
Ah.
This seems to be a setback. Right, the locking mechanism holding the valve in place. How solid does that look?
Well, you know that you're only seeing one portion of it. And really, what you're seeing is intended as a visual deterrent, because even that one visible lock on going through the valve wheel, you could cut through it, but it would take a lot of time.
Right.
And you, like I said, you know that is not actually what's securing the door.
Right. So it would just be a lot of waste of time and effort damaging the door to no real effect.
Can we take the keypad off and hack in through the wiring? Cap looks at Colleen.
I was going to say everybody turns to look at Colleen.
We can try, sure.
I mean, it's bad enough not knowing what the hell's going on with us, but to have a spot on the ship that's just like,
we don't know what's there.
Yeah, fuck you, stay out. Like,
who knows? Maybe we get lucky and we have some spare parts that they couldn't get to for the weapon systems.
Oh, Jesus, that would be nice.
Does Jesus exist?
Are there decks either below or above where we are currently?
Yeah, there are actually. Let's see.
Oh, it's. I don't think we're going to be able to drill in from above. So this could be just a distraction, and we actually could, but we've already looked for airways and like the way that we found you is we had Colleen here go through the air ducts to get to the room where you were stored.
It's understandable, but it's likely that it would prove that either the floor below or the ceiling above would be less resistant to damage than the door and easier to repair afterwards.
Well, he's not wrong.
Good point. Well,
No.
let's see what Colleen here can do.
Well, yeah. Well, as a out of character a little bit, having, when we were looking through the maps and the schematics that we were able to pull up and all that kind of stuff, obviously this section just showed up as, what was it, like load bearing
space.
section in the ship
Structural.
schematic. Does it show up in any other way on any of the other ship's systems? Is there any electrical going into this? Obviously, there's no environmental going into it because it's airtight. But if you were looking through even other parts of the ship's systems, does this space show up in any way? Is there power draw coming from it? Is there heat coming from it?
Let's have you roll a intelligence fix to see if you can sort through the various schematics.
That'll be at least potentially better after my training.
I was going to say, Colleen would take a look as well.
Okay. She can roll intelligence program for the same effect.
Ooh.
There we go. So dice do show up. Only for Colleen though. Does
Did you
each
see the
individual
roll to do?
player have to have dice turned on for their roll to show?
It's
The
possible.
3D dice?
Mm-hmm. I turned it on for the visual part of the stream, just
Oh,
to
I
have
can turn
something
them
else
on,
going
sure.
on the screen.
The enable 3D dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll enable those.
Well, I'm not sure if it was just because Matt rolled and then Nick rolled shortly after. I know they
Right,
go
it
away
might
if
have
I do
just-
anything with the screen. But we'll take a look at it later.
Yeah.
Both of you are able to sort through the schematics, find where this room should be, and nope, there's not even any wiring that is marked as going to this panel.
But we know that there is.
You know that there is.
Wow.
You know that it's getting power from something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Theoretically,
Super
it could actually be an independent battery.
Yeah. Was this the one where? So is this door obviously in a hallway or is this door behind something?
Alright, I am going to drag you to a little ship section here.
Mhm.
I mean, if it runs on a battery, we could take out the battery, put it back in, see if it resets it.
Well, I'm guessing the battery's on the inside of the room.
And I believe I need to pause that background music. I can't even remember where I got that from, but it's copyrighted music.
Potentially, yeah.
No, it is copyrighted music.
Oh,
There's no potentially about it. I know that. I pulled it from my music selection.
I was trying to protect you from the fuzz, man.
Failed. Alright.
I see a lot of darkness.
You certainly do.
No one cast magic missile.
I cast magic missile at the darkness.
Yeah, where are you guys here?
Unfortunately, I am not drinking a Mountain Dew.
We don't even have Mountain Dew here.
That we know of.
Oh, right. My
No, I
apologies
meant
to you guys.
I meant here in Denmark.
Oh,
Oh,
Wait, really?
You're not missing out on anything.
Like they
Yeah, we
just
don't have it in
import-
Germany either.
Yeah, fortunately for you, you had someone who would bring you some occasionally.
But yeah, it's but no, don't really have that.
There we
God,
go.
that seems weird. It's like Pepsi's number 2 product, but I guess only in America. America, fuck yeah.
We do have Pepsi.
I have a feeling that there are dyes and stuff in Mountain Dew that they have made illegal in other countries.
Oh, probably.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, hell, the shit practically glows in the dark.
My mom didn't like Mountain Dew because she doesn't like things that go in one color and come out the same color. At least that's what she
We don't have
said.
Dr. Pepper either.
That's awesome.
Your mom's a wise woman.
All right.
And then you have my brother who poured a big old glass of Mountain Dew and then added sugar to it, and it kind of exploded all over the kitchen.
Mother of God.
Okay, you've got.
It was like adding Mentos to Diet Coke.
And jails. Alright. This section has not yet been decorated. It's been reprioritized as not being decorated just yet. But what you're looking at is on this side here. Oh, you can't see that because it's outside your vision. This side here.
I've still just got black screen.
Interesting.
Yep.
Same here.
I'm on the objects and tokens screen.
Yep, all black.
There we go.
Oh yeah, you gotta. But I'm not
Yeah.
seeing pings.
Do you
on
have something?
I can't see anything.
Okay.
Em, you
Alright,
got
I
it?
see pings.
I see it.
Let me make
There
sure
we go.
you've got
Finally in
vision.
the corner.
Which corner?
That
Upper
side? Represents
left side?
the
Upper
entire-
or lower?
Upper right.
Upper right corner?
You were not in the game
Oh
when you
wait,
made
now I see it.
Okay.
Now I have it too.
I'm still blind.
Oh yeah, I forgot about you.
Might be because your pog isn't there.
There you go.
Ah, there we go. My eyes!
Now, thing is, I'm not seeing my own ping on the viewer screen.
I see your ping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bing.
Okay. Alright, I could probably stop pinging.
And I see a stealth bomber.
Yeah, you're not actually supposed to see that. That's been the drone that I've been trucking around so that I can kind of.
It's our Twitch viewer drone.
No, I act before even streaming. I was using it just to see what the maps look like, so I could go through as a player using that instead of just going to the token and seeing what they see. Okay.
That's handy.
That's okay. That thing we'll see use.
Alright, so the one that you got into was over here. Sorry, it's actually more like through that section right there. Oh, neat. Okay. And through your explorations, you happen to learn that there was actually, I'll have to fix that, a little section of piping, or a tunnel, a walkway, that went from the elevator down and past there, came out over here underneath whatever this was, and went all the way to hydroponics to your
Huh.
life support. It was a way of getting past, actually getting into what was otherwise a sealed off area without going from the cargo elevator. This side is where you're seeing the storage space that you can't get into. On the other side of these walls is space. There's a lot of hull and a whole fuck a lot of, sorry, language, of um, armor before space, and there's probably also a few pockets for the various technological things, insulation, sheathing, maybe electronics flowing through them, I don't know. But there's just, it's not human accessible space on the outside. And so getting through a wall into this storage area, the walls you're looking at are your best options unless you want to try from above or below, which there are also decks above and below you. But on the other side, like I said, space.
Right. So that would be cutting.
Space.
So that would be cutting through the external bulkhead, basically.
Probably not a great idea.
And you've seen what kind of armor protection this ship has.
which is pretty heavy duty.
It
Yeah.
is extremely aggressive.
But there may be some kind of access point from outside.
So we need to kick some heavy duty booty to get through.
Or we just need to send you outside and to crawl along the side of the ship to see if there's somewhere from outside which we could, send you in through.
Well, I mean, we don't. It doesn't need to be the android at this moment because we're still on
We're
a planet.
It's true. But
we can
I
do
have
our
a feeling
prompts
he
with
can
the
see.
arrow
We would want
keys.
to do this at night.
Oh yeah.
And I think he probably has the best capability to not need a light source.
Also,
Okay.
I have extensively studied human visual patterns and will be capable of avoiding avoiding detection by them if necessary.
Just quick hint, man. That's a little
Yes.
creepy.
What, him?
We're talking about avoiding human visual patterns. Is that just me? Okay.
She seems a little unfazed by it.
Curious. I will make a note of that. Thank you for your input.
You don't need to.
That is
You
very
don't.
constructive.
Right now, you don't need to avoid any of us. It's
Oh, I haven't been attempting, Captain. I merely informed you of his ability since I felt it might come in useful if you desire for me to move outside the ship without being detected.
yes, that is very useful. Especially if we want to have you crawling around in places where we don't necessarily want people to see us trying to break into our own ship from the outside.
Dude leans over and kind of in the caps here. So now we got a crazy alien spaceship that we don't know much about and a ninja android. Cool.
She leans over and whispers back, "At least he's our ninja android."
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's why she was less than phased. He's our ninja android.
Shame I don't have that runtime skill allows me to automatically succeed in notice in notice all. Otherwise, I totally would have commented on that. but I don't have,
ninja android.
but I don't have that one yet. So the pucks aren't snapped to a grid or anything, since we can't move them with the arrow grease.
Yeah, I think Mike was leaving that as the default.
Yeah, I decided that I liked the squareless, gridless approach. You can, as you're moving, you can tap the space bar, and it'll show you a line of how far you're moving. So you know that you can move 10 meters. You can tap, or click your pog, pick it up, move it, and we're not restricted by squares. You can be next to a wall that is not a full
Oh,
square,
right.
and I can even see the exact path that you take on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
See, how do you set waypoints?
Tap space again. Every time you
Yeah.
tap space, sets the new waypoint.
Ah,
Yep. And then on our screen, we see
excellent.
it shows you drift through that motion.
And the question came up: how will you guys know if you're in melee range? All of these pogs are going to be very specifically sized according to the map. They'll all be 2 meters in diameter, which is what you guys are right now. And that is your melee reach space, unless you happen to have something that increases that, or you're just a gigantic motherfucker.
Language.
If I realize
I know.
that the Twitch stream doesn't care. The YouTube viewers won't care if this ever
No.
goes up on YouTube.
And you can actually set it on Twitch a mature flag. You just have to click mature language.
Yeah. If the circles of any two pogs are touching, they're in melee. All these pogs are going to be circles. Every single one of them. Every pog, ever.
No pentagons?
No pentagons.
No octagons?
Pentagons are weird, man. They're
What about
pointy.
dodecahedrons?
Circles are like a line that goes around itself.
Wow, that's deep, man.
Well, it is the highest. It is the highest form of Modron.
Okay. So, what are the plans now then?
The Primus is a circle.
You've got a better, at least player visual on what these little storage areas are. There are like people
Well, were
screaming outside.
we going to try and take out the panel, or did Colleen realize that wouldn't actually help any?
I mean, I could try to wire in a code breaker. Might take a while for it to run every combination possible, but
Especially if it's
you
locking
don't
you
have
out.
better ideas.
Nick, go ahead and roll another int programming for the idea of removing the panel and hacking it. Colleen is looking at this, and there's a distinct possibility that with that severe of a lockout mechanism on the panel, it may have been designed with hacking through in mind, in which case you're going to need line shunts. Right now you don't know where to place those line shunts. Some very serious time spent investigating with a sufficient meta tool would be required to figure out where you'd need to place those shunts. And of course, you would have to have shunts.
Well,
do we have shunts?
no, we don't.
Can we make shunts?
No, we can't. Maybe they have them on the planet, though. I mean, they're legitimate uses for them. I wanted to see what they had shopping-wise anyway. New backpack.
Well,
Well,
if our objective remains to gain entrance without causing permanent structural damage to the ship, then it seems that examining the spot externally would be the next logical step.
well, we can still do that, and we can see if they would be able to sell us any line shunts.
Yeah. Nemo, we got you in on one of the communicators, or do you have one of those like built into your head?
Sorry, you cut out there.
Do we have you on our personal communicators, or like have you got one, or do you just like got like a chip in your head?
Do I do I have one, Mike?
More importantly, would you like to?
You discover that you actually do have, well, not just now, but you have discovered that yes, you do have communications in your head. This seems to Cap, or this suggestion that Dude is making seems to Cap like, no, that's not generally built straight into androids. They have communication protocols for receiving various commands, but not normal audio comms. It's something that can be, but it's not just your default thing. There are problems with
It's
that,
right, but I have it,
but you have it. You also have a black box in your head, and that's also not supposed to happen.
and it's presumably orange.
Well, come on,
No,
let's
it's
not
blue.
destroy everyone's illusion.
Stupid universe destroying black orange box.
Mm-hmm.
Orange black box.
Orange.
I'm gonna put you guys back over on the prettier planet side view.
I do not believe that such capabilities are a standard issue. However, I am equipped with such hardware and the software to run it, and
I would like you to do that, Nemo. Make sure
it
that
does.
it's enabled.
Of course.
Well, in that case, if we send you outside at night, I'd certainly like to be up when you're doing it and at least stay monitoring your communications channel. I might be able to talk you through some of the weirder bulkhead stuff.
Of course. That approach seems to be both logical and profitable. I would be happy to comply.
Wait, you said audio. You can't like pipe video out of your eyeballs, can you?
I do not believe I have that capability at this point, no.
Ah,
That'd be far too handy.
well, yeah, man. Like
But
an
I'm
android with a
sure that
camera
we
built in his eye.
do we have some kind of like come on, we could have something like a webcam.
the what is it? Well, hell, aliens. The headsets with the little camera facing forward.
You mean like a GoPro?
I was gonna say, yeah, basically, super space GoPros.
Yes, that's pretty easy.
I mean,
That
I got a
is
surveillance drone.
No, I don't think we want to use that here in the event that he does get caught.
But yeah, no, it'd be nice to be able to, if I'm talking him through something from the outside, it'd be nice to be able to see what he's looking at too.
I got a surveillance drone.
We might want to hold that card in our hand. Oh wow. Dude kind of looks at Cap with a kind of a happy, interested expression on his face. You know what we got to do? We got to play poker. Maybe that'll tell us something about ourselves.
What's
Like
poker?
unconsciously. Wait, am I the only one that remembers
Really?
poker?
I know what poker is.
Oh, thank God.
It would certainly be an interesting social experiment. I would be quite interested in partaking.
Captain shakes her head a little bit at that. Well, one of these nights we'll play a few hands of poker. Just not for money. At least
Play
not
for
yet.
spam.
Well, maybe we could get some of the folks on the planet interested in doing that, but
Ooh, start fleecing the locals.
not a good idea. We need
it
your
is.
help.
It is also a Star Trek trope. So there is
Well,
that.
yeah.
A next generation one at least.
Hmm.
Not sure if they ever did in any of the other shows.
Now DS9 had Dabo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All
They
right.
also had that weird three-dimensional multi-level chess thing in
Oh,
one episode
yeah.
of DS9.
Oh yeah.
4D chess.
So
Yes.
you guys have a stocked workshop on the ship.
Mhm.
I haven't updated the armory, but your armory level is you have it. Where was it? You have up to TL 2, Polar musket, crude pistol. Yeah, from what you scavenged, um, sorry, no, not scavenged. You had the cargo. Yes, TL3.
Yeah.
Any weapon of TL3 or lower. Um, and that's just available in your armory. I would say the same for armor. However, there actually are no armors. Oh, I take it back. There's one armor of TL3. So TL3 or lower. That's woven body armor or plate mail.
Yep. We
We're
totally
gonna
have
need
a
to cosplay.
we, we totally have a rack of plate mail in the corner of the armory.
Your workshop. Let me get back over to the ship section. See what's supposed to be in the workshop.
Hmm. I get that. I get his sorting on the weapons thing, but I don't like that it's not sorted by TL.
Mm.
Wait, up to TL3. Wait, does that mean we have muskets? That'd be hilarious.
You don't actually have muskets. No.
Darn.
Sorry. You don't
Just
have plate mail either.
maybe we were shipping for collectors, man.
Oh, no, I take it back. That's right. The workshop does not actually have stuff in it. The workshop just allows you to do stuff and make stuff and repair stuff. It doesn't
Yeah,
have stuff.
kind of thought that's what it was.
Yep. Nope. I'll need to correct that in the readout. As in, it's not stocked. It's okay. There we go. So never mind then. Yes, you do have to trade for equipment that you want because you don't have a general closet type thing,
Hmm.
which would just be the ship's locker, which you don't have. You have an armory, no lockers, no ship's locker, no general equipment.
Just
I do at
looking
least
at at the tech level table. Got a lot of the fact that pre-tech tech level 5 includes functional immortality treatments and limited localized time control and manipulation. And then if you move up to tech level 6, impossible effects indistinguishable from magic. Unlike localized time control and functional immortality treatments.
Yeah. Tech level 6 is supposed to be
Ability
pretty
the difference
crazy.
between the two.
Mhm. Now, for considering the work that we've been doing and all that kind of stuff, can I at least assume that dude has a base toolkit for the work that he's been
That's
doing?
the meta tool.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did get some stuff like the meta tools on.
You did, and it was my mistake. I keep looking at Workshop and thinking, oh yeah, it's stocked. It has stuff. Um, it has stuff that stays in the ship that is used with ship resources.
Right.
So I'll have you start actually marking down on your character sheets when you get things like meta tools, data slabs. I know
Right.
that Nick is already doing that, but yes, if you want a meta tool, you can retroactively have acquired one from Stet, from the mining colony.
Mhm.
Um, Matt, dude should probably have a meta tool.
Awesome. And so as long as our ship has a functioning workshop, that qualifies as the TL4 workshop if dude at some point later down the line starts looking into building mods and equipment.
Yeah.
Cool.
You have a workshop on a cruiser hull. Alright, I think we got sidetracked. What was the plan of action going forward?
See if they have line chance.
Yep.
Okay.
Is there anything else we need to try to trade for?
Well, that's the backpack I wanted.
And what does the backpack do?
You put stuff in it
Oh,
that
it's
I can
just
carry around. You wear it on your back. It's like a pack.
we can.
I
Look
think
into
we
that.
thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Yeah,
No.
Okay.
it literally
Just
is
need
just
to
a
know.
backpack.
That's cool.
Okay.
Sometimes the backpack is just a backpack. It's not
Now,
that red hacker tool.
that's
It's
true.
really just a bag where I can put things into it.
All right
I'm
then.
sure that we can barter for a backpack.
Well, I'm sure that's true, Cap. But here's the big question, Colleen. What color does it want to be?
Oh, purple. Why?
Have we? Well, I figured that was the important question.
Yeah, I solved that before I decided I wanted a backpack.
Cool.
All
you
right,
kinda,
let's go
you
back
got a
Maybe
theme
to.
some
going.
maybe some new outfits too.
I imagine we can probably get some clothing.
Well,
And
have we
things
seen these
here.
people wearing anything other than their weird ass robes?
Well, we haven't really seen many of these people.
Well, that's true.
So the answer to that question is no.
No, but they might have fabric.
Hmm. Oh,
So maybe one of these robes lime colored?
With the purple backpack.
But yeah.
actually, if we get some fabric, we could find out if one of us knows how to sew. Hey, you never know; it might be relevant.
I mean, looking at the report we got, I don't think any of you are the domestic type.
What would that fall under? Would it be work?
Probably.
Cab will just give Colleen a look and raise her brow a little bit. Why am I not surprised you looked at that?
Well, I said I was gonna find out. This is a starting point.
Didn't we discuss the name at some point?
That said, I don't think, according to this, none of you are nice people.
Well, just because we ain't necessarily nice people don't mean I don't know how to sew. Hey, I figured out I know how to play the guitar, man.
He keeps playing the same tune over and over again, though.
Thanks, GM.
Every now and then, dude recognizes that he's just kind of been playing the same kind of chorus and shifts his attention elsewhere if he wants to. But
Yeah, probably because he
there's
doesn't know any music, yeah.
It is a curious conundrum, actually. And ultimately, who does decide if one is to be considered a nice person or not?
Generally, not killing thousands of people.
Depends on why we did it. We don't know that.
According to this, money.
Well, here, fun fact. So you read through it, right?
Yeah,
Well, that thing says we killed everybody on Stet. And that's bullshit.
that's why I'm not as freaked out as I ought to be seeing that. But as I said, I'll look into it.
Pretty damn sure that's a lie.
So maybe we're just innocent victims of really bad circumstance? Not sure I was going with that.
That or all that stuff is fabricated.
Or
I mean, it could
or you,
be.
or you simply aren't,
Exaggerated.
or you simply aren't these people.
Ooh. Wow, trust the android to come up with the existential question, man.
Well, we're certainly not these people anymore. For now.
Yeah, I'm definitely too sober for this conversation. I'm gonna go back to work on the ship.
So you don't have to be sober?
Well, not if we're gonna keep talking about philosophical shit like this.
Cap just kind of nods in agreement.
Serious.
Didn't
Imbibing,
out of,
imbibing toxins increase your ability to function in a social setting.
That's
it
one way of
can.
putting it. Granted,
Can we get the android drunk?
No.
I know some people that are less functional in social settings with it, but it's everybody's got their own thing.
Not currently configured for consumption of now.
Oh no, I don't think you have to be.
there
In
are
order
unwritten
to
maxims.
Yes.
In order to avoid potential internal damage and difficult internal cleaning operations, it would be wise to refrain from such attempts.
Oh, don't worry
We
about it.
just got him working again. I don't really want to.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back to finishing up the work. You, buddy, and he points at Nemo. You tell me when you're going to head out the ship at night, and we'll link in, and I'll see what I can talk you through, if possible.
Of course, that seems yes, that seems to be the most efficient way to proceed.
Do you need anything else, Kat?
Not right now. I think I will go speak to Rajuan and see if we can get some more of the stuff we need.
All right.
Hopefully, it won't take much negotiation.
Well, dude heads back down to the workshops and finishing up what he needs to do.
Okay.
I can accompany you if you would like. I can accompany you in that if you wish, Captain.
Might give you a better, give you more experience with social interactions. Just kind of, just observe.
Exactly. To allow me to gather more data, which could be collated into valuable experience and new run times.
She nods.
All right, who's going with Cap to the Monin, well, weird colony?
Colleen will tag along.
Okay.
The ship is small and cramped. Might enjoy the planet while we're here.
Okay.
And Nemo will go to.
Okay. The three of you make your way to the spaceport. As seems to be the intended result, Rajuan is actually out there waiting for you as you make your way up the ladder. And invites you in out of the kind of dusty planet. Closes the door behind you and waits for you to speak. As you're standing inside the interior of the starport, you see the same middle-aged man that was there the day before, or actually a couple days ago at this point. But you still don't see Kolana.
It's kind of creepy. She'll actually ask about Kalana. Haven't seen her the last couple of times.
He raises his eyebrows. Has Portia Lynn taken an affection to someone?
She just kind of shrugs a little bit. She was helpful when we arrived. And we were the ones distracting her when Nemo was approaching the ship. And as I said, it's kind of my responsibility since I was distracting her.
How very noble of you. He leaves that hanging in the air like that.
Just don't want to see somebody get punished for something that's, isn't entirely their fault. Anyway, we came to see if we could trade with you for a few more items that we noticed that we needed.
I will have a trader come out and greet you. Was there anything else?
No, for right now, that's it.
Mike, we still got our rooms in the building?
They are still there, yes.
Are we still being allowed to use them?
They haven't dismantled them.
If Colleen going over and checking?
Yes.
Yeah. The door opens for her.
All right.
The one
Yeah,
that
I
she was
assumed
assigned
we
to.
were staying.
Well, yes.
I assumed we were staying in the evenings, staying in the spaceport normally.
I believe he actually did ask you to do that.
And not sleep on the
I
ship overnight.
don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember it either, but
Okay, maybe.
It's more like basically, this is basically where you stay when you're on there, but nothing
okay.
about that he wants us to stay there instead of the ship.
No, yeah, my bad. He did not specify that you should be there instead of the ship.
Because we would have been doing repairs and things like that even late into the night. So
Yeah, I was going to say, dude would almost certainly have been running some really weird sleep cycle hours and probably would have just been crashing on a cot in the workshop and whatnot, more without even heading back to his
Okay.
quarters in the ship, let alone walk back into the spaceport.
Okay.
Yep, got a little bit on the ship as well.
Okay.
Cap would be using it to get cleaned up and stuff like that, and sleeping there too.
Sleeping at the spaceport or the ship?
At the spaceport.
Okay. He looks at you all again pleasantly and says, "Have you eaten yet?"
I think I'm good for now, thanks.
Okay. Well, I thought you should at least try some of Monin delicacy before you accept a large shipment of it for your stores.
I think we'll be fine. We've been living off the spam that you so enjoy. So anything for us is a welcome change.
Yeah, I certainly understand that prospect. Our fare isn't bland, it isn't flavorless. It's just common, much like it sounds the spam has become for you.
The offer is very much appreciated, though. Thank you.
Yes.
If there's nothing else, please wait here. A merchant will come out to you with a list of available trades
Thank you.
or available merchandise. And he retreats back into the complex through that door you see him use every time.
Cap will turn to the guy and say, "Is she really okay?"
He looks up a little bit surprised. She's okay. I believe
Just
she's on.
relieved of her duties for the moment.
Well, she's on off time right now.
All right, just didn't want anything bad to happen to the kid.
Hang on real quick.
And we don't know we don't really know your customs.
No, she's already worked her 2 days this week.
Has he worked longer?
You've seen him one day before that, but this is only the second day that you're seeing him.
Okay. So it doesn't stink of bullshit yet.
It doesn't seem like it. I mean, you could roll if you want to see if there are any less obvious signs.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, after he goes back to his work, which primarily seems to consist of staring at that panel in front of him.
Hovering his finger over the button. That's my job.
You do see him doing something. He's not just sitting there staring at it like a cat and a laser pointer. He is clicking, he is typing, but if you're paying any attention to him, it's clear that whatever he's doing with the clicking, the typing, and the moving, and the shifting, and the gesturing, his eye also goes to a corner of the screen frequently, regularly, consistently. He's keeping an eye on something on that screen while he does something else.
Can I try to get a peek at what it is?
You would have to get pretty close. He's in a corner of the room, and the panel is angled up so that you can't see it regularly standing. He's on an elevated platform, making it even more difficult. Excuse me. And it's his panel itself, as well as the other guy that's standing next to him, is all connected. It's angled diagonally across the corners of the room, so that you pretty much have to be within 2 or 3 feet of it. It's not something that you'll be able to peek subtly.
So taking a casual stroll around the room just to see what he's doing would be very difficult.
Yes. If you hugged him, you could see.
No. Since Rajuan seemed a little, it's like, you're concerned about someone? Yeah, hugging someone would be way
Eh.
would probably be way out of character.
Good God, woman, we're not married.
Could it be done with sneak? Could it be done with a sneak roll?
You'll still have to be getting close.
Punishingly difficult.
Yeah, no matter how you get there, you'll still be close, and there's nowhere to actually hide. This room is a box with doors. There are no other corners. No.
In this case, it would be moving in a way that appears to be innocuous, and moving in a way that seems to be innocuous and natural, while still affording me at least a brief glimpse of what he might be doing.
Yes, you certainly could do that. Any one of you could try and move in a way that looks like you're just pacing around, walking naturally, but you'll still have to get close enough that they're going to see how close you are, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I'd like to try. I'll activate Social Chameleon, creative processing, and select Sneak, and replace Sneak with my Chameleon skill.
Yes. So since the character sheet doesn't really allow you to do that, just roll Sneak and give yourself as much of a bonus as would need to bring yourself up to your Chameleon skill.
Okay. In this case, would I still roll Sneak Dexterity, or could I roll Sneak Charisma?
This would be Charisma Sneak.
Excellent. That is much better.
Don't roll crap.
Let's see. How do I actually use the roll function? I realized I haven't done that yet. Select me up token first.
Next to the, if you're looking at Sneak, all the way to the far right, you see what looks kind of like a little die on your character sheet.
All the way to the far right.
Yeah, so you'll see Sneak, and then you'll see the toggles for 2d6, 3d6, 4d6.
2d6. Yes, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
And then it'll prompt in the main window for what
What's
attribute.
That? Okay, so I just click on the die next to Sneak.
Yeah, and so your Sneak is normally.
And then I'll add.
0.
And then I'll add a plus.
Yeah.
Yep. Then add a bonus of +1 from my Chameleon, and then add the Charisma. Okay. So attribute is Charisma. It didn't have. It will ask for bonus text after it asks for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So submit and assisted +1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Huh. Does it say check result 0?
The plus
Yes.
in the middle kicked it weird.
Huh.
Yep.
Because if I hover over the 0, I see an extra plus in there. You typed +1 when you.
Oh.
I thought +1 instead of 1.
You mathed it.
Mel, stop breaking the game.
Right. So it should be an 11.
Yes, it does look like it should be an 11.
Leave it to the android to outmath the console.
As you are ambling boredly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ambling boredly.
Yep.
Um,
Just sort of pacing the room,
pacing the room,
impatiently
making
waiting.
bored movements and gestures, clearly innocent, clearly innocuous. But as you approach to within any kind of range to see what you're trying to see, the middle-aged one, the one that you're more closely trying to approach, steps down from the platform and uh, interposes himself. He is clearly there to try and stop you from getting any closer. Um, doesn't really know what to do with his hands. They're kind of on the verge of lifting up to physically push you back, not like forcefully,
Mm.
or could be on the verge of coming up on his sides into a what the fuck stance. But
So, obviously, it's up.
there's a moment where you can guide this interaction. How does it play?
Me?
Nope. Nemo.
No, Nemo.
Do
Well,
you amble
well,
boldly
obviously,
past him? Do you bump into
oh,
him?
I will slow down slow down my progress just enough to lightly bump into him, obviously by accident, making it seem as if I had no idea he was there in the first place and not paying any attention, and see if I can, with that extra step, just catch the tiniest of glimpse of what might be going on.
Unfortunately, he has positioned himself too far forward.
Well, in that case, I'll just bump into him just enough to make it seem as if I was really just moving around or aimlessly and bored without paying any attention to my surroundings whatsoever. To mask any attempt at making it look like it was a deliberate attempt to see something I shouldn't see.
Okay. He figures out what to do with his hands, kind of lifts them up in a be careful, and says that. Please be careful.
Oh, my apologies. I was just stretching my legs.
Hmm. You won't have too much longer to wait. The merchant will be here soon.
Yes, of course. Sorry again. My mind seems to wander sometimes when I amble around. I haven't much chance for exercise on the ship lately.
I suppose I understand that. Small as it is, not much space there.
And I'll step back a little to a more, well, less invasive of private space distance.
Okay. He retreats back to his console, the content on which remains a mystery.
Well,
Our ninja android is not super ninja.
He didn't express any suspicion, and he just goes
Sure.
back to whatever he was doing on the console. Do you do anything else while you wait for the merchant?
Just wait
after that
and
attempt, no.
I am.
nope,
Okay.
wait and watch and see if another opening should appear somehow, and not
Check
just
your
like,
messages.
Will do. One moment, please.
In other character news, the dude is humming to himself as he continues repairing.
You guys have heard this particular tune before.
Probably a lot.
If anybody
It's Camptown Races.
Mhm. Well, now it is.
Doo-dah, doo-dah. You're welcome.
And now I've got that scene from Blazing Saddles stuck in my head.
Here, let me do something for you real quick then.
At least I didn't get the song You're Welcome stuck in your head.
Well, again, now you did.
Well, no, it does not appear that I can mute a tab or mute Chrome without actually pulling it out of full screen. Which,
Oh, yeah. There's
So-
extensions that will give you a keyboard command to do that, but yeah.
I do see 2 viewers, so whoever is watching this, I apologize for this brief blip in appearance. Let's go ahead and mute this. Mute site.
We'll return you to a regular scheduled service briefly.
Yes. Now that should... I'll have to do it on my own too, I guess. Oh, it's already muted. That's why I can't hear any of the music. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. There you go. Do you hear anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And I can't. Perfect. To anybody that is watching this now or later, I may have mentioned this a couple times already that I've used a lot of copyrighted music in my preparations here. The particular tune that is being played right now is from Braid. I don't remember which track it is, but it's a very nice harp piece, very soft and soothing. It is a very distinctly different sound from everything that they had heard prior to this, which was all, "Oh my God, disaster is happening." So that's what they're getting the benefit of, and which I can't put on this stream due to copyright concerns.
So you're not worried that any of us will turn you in for your fragrant copyright violations?
I will unfriend you. From Skype as well.
No, you monster.
I think that viewer is
I
still
don't
just
know how
confused.
Mel would handle that.
Whatever happened to common decency?
What, do people even do? Are any of us still using Skype?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
Sorry.
but not much. But not much.
Yeah.
Basically
my
because my
parents,
mom does.
Yeah, I was going to say, my
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
call me on Skype.
Right.
Parents.
It is the Facebook of instant messaging.
Okay. Let's check back on that little bit of a thing going on here. And Colleen, why don't you go ahead and give me a int and program check.
Wasn't it hacking last time?
Was it hacking? Did I give you that benefit?
Seeing that it was an encrypted channel, yes. I just couldn't do more with it, cause no line chance.
I don't recall it being hacking. I thought you were just looking over the data there that you were already collecting.
I mean, I can, if that's what it is. If I don't have to break into it again, then sure.
Yeah, you don't actually have to break into for this check. If you're not satisfied with the results, I'll let you attempt more with hacking. Or if you want to just go straight to the hacking, I can let you do that. But remember, hacking carries the possibility of being discovered, whereas simply looking at doesn't.
No, I just thought I would have to basically break in again. If I don't have to do that in your program, is perfectly fine.
Okay.
Nick, are you trying to hack our DM?
Yes.
I approve.
It's elevator music.
Like a really highfalutin elevator, though.
Or a really,
the kind of elevator that has a dress that has someone in uniform to press the buttons for you.
I was thinking boring fancy party.
That is
Or that.
exactly what it springs to mind for me. Alright, and now you can try hacking if you want. That's gonna take some time though.
Yes,
Hack the planet!
Uh,
I
while,
am.
while Colleen is doing that, let's go ahead and look at what's happening with the traders.
Do you want me to roll it now, or when basically once that is finished?
That's a good question. Let's go ahead and have you roll that now because if you fail, then that could influence, upcoming.
I don't know the meaning of failure. Hopefully, I will never find out.
Well, that
I've
door
played
seems to
enough
teach you a
Overwatch
good
to know that
lesson.
hacking really isn't all that you.
Whoa, you just went super robot-y.
You did.
Well, there we go.
Duel!
Okay.
Ooh. But
This
yeah.
couldn't possibly have gone worse.
We are in a new scene. Are you keeping that?
No.
Okay.
No. Supposed to be good at it. Damn it.
I was just saying that I've played enough Overwatch to know that hacking really isn't all that you at all.
Better.
That is a better result.
But is it good enough?
Wasn't good enough for the stealth roll.
If it fails, Cat will disavow any knowledge of your actions.
In all fairness, you don't know any of my actions.
While Colleen is off in her room doing
Take-
whatever Colleen
Taking
does.
a bath.
Oh, is she actually in the bath?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that would certainly make any intervention awkward.
Yes.
The rest of you receive a visitor. Comes out of a different door than Rajuan uses. In fact, he comes out from the door around the console where the two men are quietly tapping and typing away and glancing at the corner of their screens. Well, one is. Comes out with a slab. Looks excited and eager to see you. Big smile, flowing robes, and silky type, which most of the clothing is, scarf. He's wearing more of these robes and scarves and just flowing material and fabric than you've seen on, well, the other like 3 people you've seen.
He's fabulous.
That or a used Starship salesman.
He is fairly colorful, yes. He does have some purple colors, no line colors, sorry, but purple, red, blue.
Not garish, though, probably.
No, subdued colorful. Not quite fabulous. Looks out, stands, gives a bit of a bow. And says, I understand you would like to purchase some things.
Yes, we would.
I am Charles. I'm so pleased to meet you.
The pleasure is all ours, Charles.
We have many wonderful products here on Monolith. travelers passing through simply never have the benefit of experiencing.
Do you produce your own clothing here? It's quite distinctive.
We do, we do. We import some materials, trade for various things. I gotta tell you, ship grade metals not too useful for, clothes. But that's what you had. I understand. I get it. Anything else you want to bring to us, I will find a use for it. I will sell it. Oh, sell the ship grade materials too. Charles can sell anything. That's what they say.
I'm curious though. These flowing ropes, is it a cultural thing? It seems ill suited for mining work, if you forgive my curiosity.
It certainly would seem that way. The ropes are definitely a cultural thing. It's just the style of the planet.
I assume you wear other things when you mine, though.
That would be a wonderful assumption. Big smile.
Now I'm sorry, dude isn't here.
Dude
I
is
think dude would like
busy.
this guy.
Yeah, dude would probably like this guy. Well, we were
So,
actually
what-
thinking of outright purchasing some items. So
Credits
credit
are
based on
wonderful also. And, not quite as wonderful, but they're still good. What would you like?
and we may have a few extra cans of spam around.
You are singing a tune to my heart.
Nemo will raise an eyebrow at that.
Can I interest you in some of our delightful Monin furniture? I hear it's all the rage out in the greater galaxy.
I've heard that it is quite popular as well, but we're not exactly looking for trade items. More personal use.
Oh, I see. I see.
Uh,
Of course, why you're asking about the clothes. I have great tailors. I can put you in a beautiful dress. Purple. I see purple on you.
I think that would suit you, Captain. You have the legs for it.
He dramatically raises both his eyebrows.
I don't think. Well, she is wearing pants, so
Yeah.
uh, so Cap is dressed in fairly tight fitting, not like vulgar
Mm-hmm.
He
tight
gives
fitting,
So not
a
jeggings.
not jeggings. There's no camel toe here.
so good. He gives a appropriately lengthed appraising scan up and down Cap and nods enthusiastically.
Dresses really aren't my thing.
You
We
never
were
know when.
actually thinking maybe one of our crew has requested a backpack
Backpack.
Still,
in
Captain,
purple, actually.
Well, yes.
you'll never know when you find yourself in a social situation where it would be appropriate dress. You can never be too careful.
She just gives Nemo a look.
Yeah, buy that android address.
Now, if you want one,
A dress? Hmm.
you
It might not be entirely appropriate, but the your the ropes you you wear here are interesting. If you do have a
I'm
skilled
wearing
tailor,
these. You can't buy them, but I can have you fitted for other ropes.
but if nothing else, it would be an interesting. If nothing else, it would be a memorable souvenir from my visit here to Mona.
we'll have you fitted. I'll have somebody
Thank
come
you.
out right now and take some measurements. He taps on his pad.
Um,
And then he
we
looks
were
back into
also
Cap.
wondering if it would be possible to obtain some line shunts.
Line shunts.
That's what they're called, right? Do I
It
have
is,
the?
yeah.
Okay.
It is.
He starts scrolling through his lists and then taps some things and scrolls some more. Oh, I see. Looks up from his pad. None available. Big smile.
I do want to roll on that one, see if he's bullshitting me.
That is a wisdom notice roll.
While she's doing that, can I make a stealth? Can I make a social stealth roll to sneak a peek at the tab that he's actually pressing at to see if he actually did search for Lanchons or if it displays something other than none available.
Okay, you can try and do that either with charisma or with wisdom.
I will absolutely do
Obviously,
it with charisma.
different effect for both of the stats.
Yep, I will absolutely go for charisma.
Okay.
See if I can do it without breaking stuff this time. Seems that's how I roll.
Cap doesn't see anything past that big smile. Nemo on the datapad angling himself without looking conspicuous about it doesn't give him the best visible angle, but he can see that the items on this list that he's looking at right now, they're in the L section.
Okay.
He's at least in the right section for finding line shunts. Well, at least in the right alphabet for finding line shunts.
Yeah. So he did make an effort to search, at least, or to make it look like he's searching at least. Oh, you said not available. Does that mean that there's a chance that some could become available at a later date?
Oh,
We
perhaps
still have.
if somebody brings them. I have an idea. You bring me line shunts, and then I'll sell you line shunts. Big smile.
Well,
Nemo will
that
hesitate for just a fraction of a second, and then he'll laugh.
He laughs along with Nemo.
and the captain just gives this kind of unamused, almost sour look.
He reins in his laughter and composes himself. Not so big a smile.
We are not amused.
I apologize, Porcelain. It is my first time meeting you. That was that was inappropriate.
You're not afraid, are you?
Oh, a little bit. Big smile.
We are here in peace. I assured Rajuan of that.
But you're so dangerous. You could leap across the space between us, a mere, meter and a half, and snap my neck with my own data pad before this gentleman behind me, points at the console, could even lift a finger. You're scary.
This is me laughing out of character, by the way.
And he's got a big smile.
She's not laughing at his face. She's not laughing at his face. I swear to God.
See, Captain, that's why a dress could be useful. It would make you appear less severe in social situations.
Both eyebrows shoot up and says, yes. Yes.
She says, "I don't look severe." There is nothing wrong with the way that I dress. It is very practical.
Nothing wrong with the way you dress at all. It adds to your persona. It adds to your danger.
Kind of shakes her head a little bit.
Backpack? Backpacks are safe.
Line shunts or not?
Talking about dresses does not seem safe. And I don't have any line shunts. And I don't like telling you no. Big smile.
Disappointing, but do you have any pre-made robes, like for casual, relaxing?
Well,
In black or red or both?
black. Do we? He looks over at the two operators. Looks at his own clothes. Looks inwardly. We don't have black.
Dark gray?
Would you settle for a dark steel? It's kind of
that would
blue-tinted.
that would be fine.
It's actually a lot more like a blue metal gray. It's not very dark at all. We're a colorful community.
So I've noticed.
It's very subdued.
Subdued colorful community.
Something else that might be useful for us, since this is a mining colony, I assume you have mining equipment and possibly spares, any sort of mining tool that would be useful for.
A small laser drill.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that would be. He flips.
We'll even take a broken one off your hands, assuming it is
I do
fixable.
have one that is in for repair. The mining tools are on a restricted list. I can't just say yes. But I'm not saying no.
And it doesn't need to be very large.
No.
More of a portable or handheld, but on the slightly larger side of handheld.
Nemo will offer him a dazzling smile, but I'm sure that you can persuade the man who can say yes to say yes.
I will certainly try.
Is it Rajuan?
It's not Rajuan.
Can I make a talk roll to represent my attempts at making Nemo seem as friendly as possible and making him more eager to assist us in this?
Okay.
The captain's not doing very well.
You can do that with charisma and either connect or
Talk plus
trade.
charisma? I'll take talk.
Oh, yeah, talk works too.
Just 1 second. Let me just remember this does correctly. There we are. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Just to seem like a genuinely friendly and interested person that he would like to at least try and do a favor.
Result considered. I'm going to actually switch over to Dude for a minute here.
Dude.
Working away.
Dude.
Dude, Tom sends you a message. There's somebody coming. Looks like a regular shipment of... they're bringing more scrap over, but there's somebody else with them. It's not one of those regular workers. Some girl.
It's good to know, man. I'm
You
assuming
should
Cap.
probably greet them, because I don't know who she is.
All right, I'm kind of in the middle of something. Is Cap busy?
Cap's not on the ship.
Ah, well, that makes sense.
Cap would have let everybody know that they were going to go trade for stuff.
And dude probably immediately forgot as he went back up to his elbows in another
That's true.
console somewhere. All right, he kind of brushes himself off and make sure he doesn't have any wires or anything sticking to him still. And heads down to the. Well, we probably still have the.
You still got
The
the
back
cargo
docking.
open.
Yeah, the cargo bay open.
Mhm.
Walks down and takes a look, sees what's going on.
Well, it is just regular. You've been getting intermittent, like cargo trains, basically, of scrap that you guys bought to do all this maintenance.
I figured we wouldn't get it all in one giant pile outside.
Yeah, no, no. You're getting it faster than you can use it, but it's the shipments are trickling down, and you're starting to dent into what has already been delivered and using it for all the maintenance crap you got to do.
All right.
Not at the head of this cargo convoy, but walking alongside one of the trolleys is Colonna.
Yeah.
She kind of keeps bouncing, I should say, not bounding, bouncing ahead a couple steps and then slows herself down. And she's just smiling the entire way.
All right.
She sees you and her eyes light up even more. She looks at the guy that's pushing the trolley along, or guiding the trolley along beside her, and he just and then nods, and she bounds up the ramp.
Well, dude would first kind of throw a nod over at the guy bringing in the shipment, and that sort of general, hey man, right in the same spot, kind of waving him over.
Okay.
And then looks at her running up the gangplank. Hey, how's it going, kid?
Great. Raduan said I could come with a shipment, and it's so big. She's looking around the cargo bay, obviously.
Yeah, dude opened his mouth for a second and thought better of it.
That's what she said.
He can almost hear Cap say it in his head. And puts a pleasant smile on his face. Says, "Oh yeah, she's a beaut."
Can I look around? There's more than
Well,
this, right? This is just where you put stuff.
oh yeah, that's true. Now, this is a secure ship. Can I rely upon you to
I won't tell
be
anybody.
safe?
I mean, I'll try not to.
Yeah, he's smiling the whole time. This is the telling the little 12-year-old girl, now can you be safe?
I won't touch anything either. I swear.
That's probably for the best.
Are things dangerous?
There have been known to be things exploding on this ship.
One of the guys that's bringing the stuff, the supplies, is just shaking his head.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Says, well, I got a minute or two between what I'm working on. These guys are bringing in the stuff. Here, I'll show you some of the safer parts of the ship.
Okay. She's wringing her hands, practically white knuckling it.
Uh-huh. He looks over at the guy doing the drop off. Say, you good, man?
Yeah, we're still gonna work on that aft bit of burn damage over there. So, a bit of work to do on that.
Sounds good, man. Let me know if you need anything.
Nah, you got so much plating on the outside. There's not much we can do to damage anything else.
Ain't that the truth?
We're good. You. This is going to be the best day of her life. Let her
Take
have
the
it.
kids somewhere. Get her out of her hair.
And she actually does a little. Now remember, this is a 16, 17, 18-ish year old girl. She did say something about finishing school.
I was gonna say, there's a broad range there.
Yeah, well, she's certainly not acting any of those ages. So,
Right. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's take a look. And Doodle walk her through some of just the main areas. He takes her.
she has questions
Hilarious.
about every blinking light.
Uh-huh.
And I mean blinking as in both blinking is because it's blinking and cursing because every blinking light.
Right. What is so the bluff equivalent in this system would be talk, right?
It is indeed. You can also use connect in some circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Really, if a skill fits and you can apply charisma to it,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, if a skill fits with charisma, you can say you're using that.
Okay.
Charisma fix, although fix, well, okay, that doesn't fit. That was a bad example.
Yeah, that's not a great one.
Just a bit.
Well, I'm gonna say talk.
Come on, words, please, for me.
Well, the alternative to that would be punch fix or strength fix. Damn it! Bam!
Charisma punch would be my favorite.
I talk with my fists.
There are some people.
Oh yeah. But I'm going to
But those
say,
people usually aren't very charismatic. So
yeah,
want to.
charisma talk to as he's telling her about stuff to occasionally be wildly full of shit for the descriptions that he is giving her,
Okay.
but trying doing the dad talk, and of course that's why the monsters come out of that side, kind of thing. Not quite like that, but yes, be occasionally just lying his ass off, straight faced.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I wish Colleen was there to pop out of the vent.
Oof. Max and minimum.
Okay. She
So
is
perfectly average.
she is eating it up. She kind of looks strangely at you with a couple of things that you say,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, some of it he's not lying about. Some of it he totally is.
but she never calls him out. She never says, "I don't believe that."
Hmm.
She says, "That's so strange."
Yes. The engines don't actually move the ship; they move the universe around it.
Oh man.
In this ship,
Uh-huh.
um,
That's
are there any
So,
especially
areas of the
possible.
ship that you're avoiding?
um, he's definitely avoiding what the functional jail ish. Did we have cells?
You did have cells.
Yeah, and the armory.
Okay.
He
But
doesn't
did you
take her
go
past.
into medbay? Because that was pretty close to the jail.
Um, he doesn't think she'd be interested in the med bay, and he wouldn't have much to say about it anyway.
Okay.
Um, it definitely takes her through the kitchen just in order to be able to tell her a story about the time that one of the dispensing machines exploded and got noodles everywhere.
She totally believes that, and
Uh
she
huh.
loves it. she
Um,
she even comes up with a couple little pseudo stories like that involve swimming in noodles and
hmm.
noodle apocalypse,
There you go.
and figures out that she should be saying that as nude apocalypse.
And again, dude opens his mouth and specifically says nothing. But he does take her up on the bridge. He not into the bridge. He takes her to basically the door leading into the bridge. Says, lets her take a look around, but keep deliberately. No, no, no. There's a lot in there that's not for anybody to touch or look at.
She's fascinated by the computer room before the bridge.
Mm.
There's so much. It, I'm seeing something. Everything's so dark. Why is all of your walls are so dark? She
Well,
wrings her hands. Are you guys okay?
I'll be right back.
Okay.
oh,
Don't die, Emma. We still need you.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, color choice of the walls wasn't exactly something that was big on our priority list.
I mean, uh, I guess it kind of seemed different from other people, or just different.
Well, there's a lot different out in the universe.
Um. So there's nothing wrong with you.
Kind of gives her a look, like as people, like
Um.
emotionally. Are you talking like we got like diseases or something?
Okay. The attack. The attack. Did that change you? You know, and Stet, the mining, the people.
kind of gives her a more kind of a searching look. Well, there's bad things that happen in the universe.
Did they happen to you?
Yeah, I suppose.
What
What you
happened?
got to. Well, that's not something that we really got to get into.
Oh, but please.
My point is that you don't necessarily have to let what happens in the universe change the way you look at it.
So you're still the same person that did the other things?
What the hell is the insight for this system?
It is notice.
Notice?
Yes, it is
Yeah.
a wisdom notice check.
What the heck is she talking around?
Well, insight can't really get you that. Unless she
Well,
actually is speaking in deliberate riddles intending for you to decipher them. However, what the insight can get you is she's doesn't look excited so much as scared right now.
okay.
They look similar, but
Hmm.
you're kind of seeing past the excited veneer.
So yeah, so it's obvious that she has knowledge of the things that we are purported to have done, and is trying to reconcile that with the apparently very friendly people that she's talking with.
AFK, just a second.
We're losing everybody.
Oh, did we?
Mel's
No.
going AFK for a second.
Oh, okay. I Yeah, that didn't parse in my head. Gotcha. Um, that may be.
Well, again, that's not. We'll say that's not a discussion I really want to have right now. I'll tell you this. You don't necessarily have to believe everything you read on the nets.
But didn't you do the other things?
I tell you what.
You were telling me all about them last time you were here.
Yeah, but I did also tell you that our kitchen dispensers exploded with noodles. I don't imagine you actually believe me.
That didn't happen.
No, I'm afraid not. I thought it'd be funny.
It was.
Yeah. Just trying to say that not only the nets, but occasionally I might be just kind of full of shit. You should make up your own mind about what you think about people. If you decide to trust somebody, well, trust them until they prove otherwise. If you don't trust somebody, don't let anybody tell you that you should.
I, I should go.
I'm sorry, kid. I don't mean to make you feel bad.
It's okay. I gotta go.
All right.
How do I get out of here?
And if she's walking brisk, he'll walk along with her, guide her back out of the ship.
She's pretty brisk,
All right.
and
He doesn't try to say
arms
anything.
crossed.
Mhm.
You see her occasionally wipe at her eyes.
He'll let her go.
All right, let's shoot back over to. Oh shit! I've lost everybody.
Yeah.
All right, let's shoot back
Everybody.
over to
Yeah, I was gonna
Colleen.
say we got Colleen.
Yep, that's okay, because that's who I wanted to get to. Um, okay. I will say that having so many windows open, I'm lagging a little bit in the different channels. So if there is something that needs my attention in the channel, please just let me know.
Fair enough.
Sorry about that. Say it again now.
That's all right. Okay, one moment.
All right, back. Sorry about that.
That's all right. All right, Nick,
Yes.
are you okay with me relaying this over voice instead of just typing out?
Sure.
Okay. So the bit of non-line shunt hacking that she's able to do is kind of just trying to um, access one of these data streams. Because of the security and the encryption, she's really only going to get one chance at this. Um, and obviously she will need to back out before any intrusion is detected. And if I'm understanding the question there,
Yes, basically think personnel file, personal profile. I want to know everything about her.
um, she actually is in the communication channels. Um, it's not something that Colleen can pull out. She can't pull out. Hey, this is her schedule. This is what she's doing. This is where she is. But
Sorry.
she
Sorry.
is able to pull out that Colana is an ongoing reference in security and school and leisure channels.
All right. Well, at least it doesn't say Central Education Camp.
Sorry about that. I was just reading through the folk key, and I noticed one entrance that would definitely provoke a phrasing comment from Archer.
Mm.
Wanderer on page 23. Look at how that starts.
You're really kind of we're getting a lot of static at the end of.
Yep.
Oh,
Everything
sorry.
today.
Oh, is it better now?
A
Try
little.
keep talking.
Hello, testing.
Yeah, no, still
That's not
a
too
bit
bad.
of
Still
not,
getting a bit of a buzz.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
static. It's there's some other technical term for it.
It's just
Huh.
like a lower quality microphone.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
I
Well,
can try hanging up and reconnecting.
Matt, would that do anything?
I don't know. It really does sound like it's just the microphone, just being a
Being
little bit.
crappy.
Not much we can do about that. So we'll persist.
But if that
It
was the
certainly
case, wouldn't
started
it have
like
happened all the time?
It kind of has been.
Oh, and you just haven't told me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
only now
it's
getting
gotten
really, really bad.
worse. It's gotten worse today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead
Huh.
and try unplugging and plugging back in.
Okay.
Just there's always anytime you do that, there's always a risk that he's gone. Classic scene. Just whatever you do, don't press that, and the line's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hope he doesn't press that
Okay.
button.
Rejoining now.
Uh, sounds a little bit better. Still there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not really sure what else I can do then.
Yeah, but I don't know that there really is anything.
I don't think so. It's okay. We won't worry about it.
Okay, well, what had me laughing was the Wanderer focus, since the
Yeah.
first sentence to Wanderer, your hero gets around.
Yep. Phrasing.
Seriously.
Are we not? Are we not saying that anymore? Are we not doing that?
It still works for me.
All right. Colleen, there's I'm not just leaving you just with the channels there. There's um spikes and dips in the frequency of that reference. That she was basically the hacking was to try and figure out which part of the communications were a reference directly to Kolana.
Yes.
Uh, Um, and there are spikes and dips in the reference in that reference in the communication channels that she can try and put a timestamp on and do some data analysis on that if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Okay. That occupies Colleen for a bit longer. She's going to be a prune.
Unlimited hot water.
It is unlimited hot water. Well, it's unlimited heating on water that already exists.
That's
Uh,
fine.
of course, she may actually want to have the water recycled anyways, just to. I don't know if she does the.
Stewing in her own filth.
Well, she's probably not that filthy. She was
No,
cleaning once.
especially. Well, yeah, a little.
You're talking to a microbiologist. People are filthy.
Hey, keyboard has more and worse germs than a toilet seat.
Yeah. And knowing some small bits of microbiology, that filth is actually important in some cases.
Yes, it is. It is very important. We have our own microbiome.
We
Yes.
are planets.
We like filth. We like smut.
That's not what she was talking about, but you're right. So Colleen gets to crack in on data analysis there. That is going to be an int program role. You can
Okay.
go ahead and make that now or hold it until later if you like.
Nah, let's do it now so that we
Okay.
don't forget about it.
Okay. I might forget the results.
So we can scroll up.
I might forget what
I'll
it
take
said
it.
on the results. Oh, well, basically everything. Okay, I'm going to flip back to the trading party right now. After I get some water.
Buy some health potions.
I don't think they exist.
Lazarus patches.
Oh, the data analysis is just program, not hacking.
Oh, sorry.
Which is still 3.6 and then plus your 4. So, oh, it wouldn't change. It doesn't change.
Set up.
Cool. I'm like 3 plus 6 plus 4. How is that still 13?
Yeah, so I didn't realize that. Yeah, it doesn't switch it back. I forgot that.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's fine. As long as it shows us the order of the rolls, it's not really a big deal. And hey, more dice for people to look at. I do like that the dice are color coded. Back to the trader. As you guys are going through a little bit more rapidly, we don't have to actually have full-on conversation for the backpack that you want, the clothes that you want, the standard gear that you want. You're going through selecting items, and you see Kolana come in from the outside. She bustles through the spaceport lobby this internal area, and straight into and through the door that Raduan uses.
Hmm. Cap doesn't say anything, just kind of watches her first as she goes through and nods to herself a little bit.
Okay. You guys can buy standard normal equipment as much as you need. I had thought to put.
Do we have enough money to actually buy like a few pieces of furniture that we could trade?
Oh, remember, it's not pieces; it's tons.
Oh, that's right.
That's a ton of furniture.
Literally.
Yes. If
I don't
you're-
know. What do the captain's quarters look like? Are they very comfy?
Yeah, actually, all of your quarters on the ship are very comfortable. You could certainly decorate with modern furniture if you wanted, but
Wanted.
if you're just looking to upgrade your accommodations on the ship, they're already pretty good.
Okay. She will ask if they have any robes in lime green.
Charles brightens, big smile. Of course.
The young, well, our crewmate Colleen was also interested in robes in lime green.
A purple backpack for you, lime green robes for her.
Oh no, the
You will-
backpack's for her.
Oh. Uh, did you say purple backpack and lime green robes?
Yes.
Oh. She will make a statement.
Yes, indeed, she will.
Big
In
smile.
hacker circles, it's called a manifesto.
Yeah, you can get Colleen some lime green robes. Um, Monin furniture, if you do want any for internal ship use, that's one of the aesthetic qualities that makes it stand out is that there are no construction seams. It seems to have been laser printed in exquisite detail. Um, there's no bolts holding anything together, no seams where pieces of wood were put together. There's no wood either. It's now. Um, I'll give Emma a moment to get the giggles out.
I'm good.
um, it's kind of like IKEA, but it's definitely not assemble it yourself. Um, and it's not even you can't break it down.
And is it really like, she's like, can I touch the fabric?
Oh yeah. He has throughout this exchange, he's had people bringing the things that you guys have already decided that you're buying, as well as samples for you to see. You can feel the texture of Monin furniture. You can feel the different styles of texturing that the Monin furniture can come in.
You mean
And
the clothing?
furniture.
Oh,
Uh,
furniture.
yeah, and you can get the same effect for clothing also. Although that's a much smaller range. The clothing is it's they don't have multiple fabric types. They just have this kind of silk cotton like robes.
Yeah, she'll buy some. In the darkest colors that she possibly can get.
Actually, their darkest is probably not a gray. It would be a purple.
Well, if there are sufficient funds for it, Nemo would like a robe as well to blend in better with the local crowd. I don't have any credits. I don't have any credits on my character sheet, so
That's how much does this thing cost?
For some odd reason, I think clothing is not on in the standard equipment.
Everybody runs around naked.
It's a nude apocalypse or a noodle apocalypse. Both work. Um, medical field equipment. There's got to be something in armor, right? I don't think this system was designed with shopping in mind.
Not basic armor.
probably not.
Nope.
Even leatherjacks, thick hides, quilted armor, are a cost of 10.
Well, I was gonna say, because even they don't put clothing on that is just is unarmed, so I guess
They
that's
don't have
why.
anything like in trade
armor
goods or anything like that?
No, because again, that would be buying by the
Tons.
tonnage.
By the ton.
I'm not gonna worry about the cost for clothing. You guys have significant enough costs, 3 million credits worth, with your ship maintenance every 6 months alone. 10 credits
Okay.
here, 50 credits there for some reasonable clothing is not going to make any difference.
Okay.
So you guys trade for these things. Now the backpack will have a cost because there's different types of backpacks. I believe there is a.
I assume Colleen told us what kind she wanted.
She probably wants
Yes.
the highest tech version.
Yep. I mean, technically, the lower tech stuff is less expensive, but yeah, she wants the TL4 version if they have it.
And that's a whopping 50 credits.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got that.
Yeah. And that you will have to actually pay for with funds.
Grease his palms with spam, literally.
Bad imagery.
Yeah.
It's not even sexual imagery, it's just bad imagery. Literally thinking of visualizing somebody opening a can of spam, smooshing it all throughout their fingers, and then going for a handshake. Ugh.
Think of that handshake and more rats.
It's been so long since I watched that.
Oh, yeah, let's not think about that handshake. Would you like some pretzels? Chocolate covered. They're so delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, you can stop.
So you've got 50 credits that you're spending for the backpack.
And the ropes. And the ropes.
Yeah, that's no cost on the robes there. You guys can get yourselves a couple of outfits just in the trading here. Is there any other equipment that you want to try buying? And are you going to buy any tonnage of furniture?
How much is a ton of the?
Well, the mining
furniture?
laser,
the
if
mining
one
laser
becomes
is what we
available.
get up.
Mining laser, right?
Lazarus patches.
That's a really good.
We don't have any, and without them, anything happens, we're dead.
Yeah.
So.
Did we not have any just as in our med bay?
There were none in your med bay for some reason.
Looted. That's foreign stuff.
I thought we were
It's a
we had
mystery.
I thought we had negotiated already for resupplying the medical.
Well, it's not exactly super standard equipment.
No, you did
That's
resupply
field use.
the med bay, yes. So anybody that gets in there will get treatment, but Nick is right. Lazarus patches are they're like healing
Something
potions.
else.
You don't stock a med bay with healing potions.
Right.
Well,
Right.
technically, this is the don't die potion. Otherwise, you are actually plain dead if something doesn't slap the thing on you if you're down.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
All right, we'll
Uh,
see if we can get some of those.
dude would definitely have put in that if we're going in for trade, A type and B type power cells certainly would not be, if they've got any, be a solid thing for us to have. They're not particularly expensive, and we certainly have enough credits.
Oh, solar recharger.
Also, would be well. That's tech level 4 though. Would they have that?
Yeah, they are tech level 4.
Are they?
Mhm.
Okay. I thought we
Yep.
were only up to. Oh, that's right. Other stuff we were only up to tech level 3.
Yep.
Yeah, if we can do that, that's something that we need to have.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Start
way we can recharge said power cells. So
keep
at least
track
the ATUBs.
of how much you're spending, so you can buy
Also,
a solar recharger.
For how much?
500. At least
500.
that's the cost in the thing.
also, some of us can use power cells.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was saying how
So we're
much
at
they got.
550 right now.
Okay. The Type A power cells are 10 each, and they have plenty of those. If you try to buy 100, I might say no, but you can buy what you want of that.
20.
20 is fine.
So that's 200.
Type B, they have perhaps a half dozen of them that they can sell.
Okay, so how much are those?
Those are 100 each.
Yeah.
So that's 600.
Okay.
God, you're asking me to.
Lazarus patches are 30 each if they've got any.
Wow, Lazarus patches are cheap.
Yeah.
I guess it's not
Well,
like a healing potion.
no, it's basically you don't die, and even then you have a chance to fail.
Yeah, that
Especially
is
with the
true.
6-round limit. But that's the only thing. Otherwise, you are dead.
However, they don't have a whole lot that are available for sale. I'm gonna give them a half dozen of those also.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
That's enough for us. Seeing that
It
you can
is.
only. It's one per person when it comes down to it. It's not
Oh,
like you can
God,
use
30
multiples.
30 times 6 is
180.
180.
180. Okay.
Can't you, Nick? I think you can try using another patch the next round, can't you?
I don't think so.
I'll look it up if it comes up. And then
I mean, you can keep trying basically with the same patch.
no, I
But
know
you
that the
can't use
patch
another
is
one.
used once you try using it.
Did
Again,
we
that's
ever?
something we can look up later.
Yeah. Did we ever find any, even a basic survey scanner in any of the equipment that we had left on the ship?
Survey scanners are ship equipment. It's not something that you can
Well,
just
it's in field equipment.
field equipment. Oh, survey scanner. Okay. I was thinking about the actual survey
Right.
scanners that you can put on a ship. Let me read that real quick.
Yeah. I figured. Well, I don't know if our ship, but I don't think our ship has one.
It does not. Okay. So it's a handheld tricorder.
Yeah, it certainly could be very useful, especially if our doesn't have any built in.
Okay. That is something that you can buy.
Okay.
And the
How much is that?
the survey scanner,
Pretty cheap.
250.
Yeah, 250.
Oh, throw in some low light goggles.
Now, the only problem with the survey scanner is that while dude made the recommendation that we should get one, he kind of feels like he might not be the best person to use it because it takes no checks.
It does.
And dude's at a -1.
Um, the low light goggles are 200 each.
I can get 2 pairs of those.
Okay.
People are writing down what items we're purchasing, right?
Oh, I assumed you were.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of assume. I mean, dude's not even there, but
Oh god, I have to pull up a notepad and I've got to find it on this computer.
You can use the in-game.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was just calculating the money. Okay, there's the player notes.
Oops.
All right, low light goggles, not Google's. Las pad 6. Survey scanner.
survey scanner.
1.
Ooh, wow, that nav comp would actually be really handy too if they've got one. That's another 500.
Yeah, but in all fairness, we do have a drone.
Type A
Yeah.
battery.
And we've
Type
also
A,
got
we said 20.
Android.
Type B.
Would you say half
6.
dozen of Type B? Yeah.
Yeah.
Half dozen Lazarus patches. Oh crap, kids. Quick, act polite. There's somebody watching.
Hello, person watching. Let's see. Type A
For
20.
reasons
Type B
for
6.
reasons unfathomable.
Because
Well,
we're
yeah.
awesome.
We mean you no harm.
I'm sorry, what was that, M?
Okay, so low light goggles times 2, Lazarus patch 6, survey scanner 1.
Yeah.
Type A batteries 20, type B 6, and what else, kids?
Solar recharger.
Backpack.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
the solar
solar.
recharger. Yeah, the backpack.
And that's tech level 4.
Yeah, the backpack was 50 for a TL4, and the solar
Yeah.
recharger is 500.
I think that was it.
He comes back and says that they can let go of one of their mining lasers.
Ooh.
The one that needs repair.
It does need repair.
Okay.
Oh, that was the plan.
It
As your local Bob the Builder pipes up, I can fix it.
I'll give it to you for 200.
Okay.
And it's going to need, conveniently, about 100 credits worth of scrap to repair. Now that seems like a lot because there's only 50,000 credits worth of scrap in an entire ton, but you're pulling bits and pieces out and essentially making parts of that scrap unusable.
Right.
Oh, with our lack of black box, do they have a storage unit for sale?
Just a storage unit, not actually looking for a black box itself.
We already checked on that, if you remember.
I do. Yeah.
Yep, storage unit, just for data storage.
Yes. Yes, they can sell one of those too.
Um,
How much is that?
500.
500.
All right, and that was a black box.
That's
No,
just a
storage unit.
storage
Storage.
unit. Yeah.
Call it data storage unit. That's what it is.
okay. When all is said and done, dude will have used to do the repairs all the scrap that we're buying,
Right.
with us still having that 53,000 scrap left over. Could we have bought? I mean, we still got a few 100,000 credits. Could we have bought at least? Cap would ask. I mean, dude would have piped up that we could certainly use some extra scrap as a just in case buffer if he needs to do repairs out in space. If they're willing to sell scrap.
Sorry, how much was the data storage unit?
500.
All right. So, like, buy 500 credits worth of scrap? Or do you want more than that?
Well, scrap is a 1-to-1, right? 1 credit gets 1 scrap.
1 credit gets 1 credit worth of scrap. Scrap
Right.
isn't. There's no. This is a piece of scrap.
Right.
This is 10 credits worth of scrap.
I mean, this might actually fall under spare parts. General category for number of small TL4 components and repair materials.
It essentially is, yeah. And I guess technically they do give an encumbrance value there, so yes, every 50 credits worth of scrap as a small clump of it, and you can put 3 of them together for 1 encumbrance.
Okay.
If you're carrying it.
Well, considering that some of these repairs have been taking 50, 60,000 scrap.
That's why it's all being taken to the ship in carts, truckloads.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, would we need to spend 100,000 credits worth to get a 100,000 worth of repairable scrap?
Yeah.
Repair-worthy scrap? Okay.
Yeah. That's why I've just been leaving it as credits worth of scrap instead of worrying about how much it actually is, except in tons.
Right. So he'd say, I mean, if we've got the credits, some basic repairs were taking 50, 100,000 scrap. If she's willing to spare 100,000, he'd certainly like to have it sitting in the shop, ready to be patched onto bits of the ship. But he would.
We do have
understand
that kind of.
Actually, if
have
you
that kind of
can,
credits.
make it 125,000.
What brings that number out?
Spike drive 1. So if the spike drive goes down for whatever reason, 125,000.
Yeah.
Enough to repair the spike drive. Okay.
They're actually only willing or able, or however he puts it, to part with about 25,000 in scrap.
Because we've probably wiped them out of scrap
Yep.
just doing all these repairs.
You guys have used a lot of their material just in the repairs of the ship, yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll take it.
Okay.
Better to have it and not need it.
Yep. All right, so that's.
Because filling our ship up with scrap certainly does not make us hoarders.
Well, you've got 400 tons of cargo space. So, 25,000 or half a ton.
Yeah, no, it's clunking around like a tennis ball in a cardboard box.
You strap everything down real good.
So filling up 1/800th of our cargo space with scrap.
Yep.
She's a big son of a bitch.
Certainly a lot of cargo space there.
Yeah, we have quite a bit of cargo space. All right.
Is there anything else that you were buying there?
She
That
will.
was-
She will say, she's going to talk to the other crew members and see if they want any other clothing. But I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, dude's good.
Well, this trading process can go on across multiple unstated encounters and days, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's where all the extra little things come in, and the clothes.
Yeah.
Charles does want to fit you guys for the clothes, but he doesn't push the issue.
Well, Nemo will very much want to be fitted with clothes.
Okay.
Cap will be fine with it being generic enough.
Okay.
Off the rack.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and save what you've got for the player notes there, Em?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
We should totally buy some vortex cannons.
And so that will knock off 27,430.
Go ahead and did I give you the ability to edit the ship inventory?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and do that.
No.
Okay. So you said it's 27.5?
27,430.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Isn't it?
Bless you.
Okay. And you added 25,000 scrap to that, so you're now at 78. How many batteries did you buy? Got 20 Type A, I think, right?
Mhm.
20 type A, 6 type B.
It's in the notes.
Okay. Oh, right. I can just look over there. Very good. Ship inventory is updated.
Sweet.
That is day 3 throughout the day.
Mhm.
Anything else you're doing here?
Yes, once it gets dark and
Before it actually gets dark, let me... Sorry, I almost forgot you, Nick. Let me run back to Nick real quick. And that data analysis roll from earlier.
all right, I assume that ended our scene, so I can regain my processing point now.
Yes, you can. So some of this information is going to be able to be correlated later on with, with Dude and mostly with Dude. The spikes that you saw in the mention or the reference to Kolana happened to be shortly before she got to the ship. There was a buzz of a low buzz of activity while she was out, and then another big spike when she returned. And those spikes were on the security channel. The regular what do I call it? Leisure and schools were just noise.
Okay.
All right. Now, anything else? Somebody said something happens around nightfall.
Yes, once it gets sufficiently dark, Nemo will put on the rope to blend in easier and see if we can take a look at the ship from outside, specifically at the area where we're trying to get in.
Okay.
I'm not sure that the robes will help him blend into the side of the hull.
No, but blend in with the people if anyone should see him outside. He will look like a local. Is the point?
Okay. Let's go ahead and get a few rolls here.
It's not
Right.
exactly what Cap is going for.
We'll start with just a basic Dex stealth roll.
Yep, I'll just use the processing again to use social chameleon to substitute chameleon for stealth.
Okay.
See sneak. That's Dex. And that's 1. That is amazing. I've rolled 5-3 at every single roll I've made so far.
Yep. That's a thing.
Okay.
Not complaining. An average of 8 is very nice with 2d6.
Nemo is outside the ship, wearing what look like Monin robes. Well, wearing Monin robes,
Mm-hmm.
dressed like a Monin, and now he gets to do a couple of exert checks to climb the outside of the ship. There are suitable handholds and structures to get to certain parts of the outside of the ship.
Oh crap. Exert. I don't think I can cheat with that one.
You can't cheat with that one, and it is going to be a strength.
Not Dex.
No, not Dex.
Even more crap. Yeah, there's nothing really I can do to make that any better, so that's going to be a -1 roll. Exert strength.
Do we have any equipment that would help him?
No, we didn't buy climbing gear.
Yeah, and besides, like I said, there are handholds. There are ladders and things for getting around the ship.
Yeah, it's just the strength to hold on, I think, is the...
It's really just it's a
Look at
big
that,
ship.
another 8. No,
Yep.
not 3-5
Not
this
5,
time.
yeah, not 5-3 though.
And I'm going to have you make one more roll, and this one's going to be a con exert.
I don't think that makes a difference at all. No, that doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Connie said, come on, I'm an android. How do I get tired?
It puts a strain on your servos.
The broadside gets your
Your
hydraulic fluids pumping.
systems.
Well, not 8.
Nope, that was a 9. It's been some good rolls so far.
It's a bit of a strenuous trek, but nothing that truly registers as having expended any real resources. Nemo arrives outside where this this hidden storage area should be inside the ship. And I assume that somebody is inside the ship helping to guide him along.
Oh,
Yes,
that was
that
that
was-
was dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Cap.
I was gonna say, if we're guiding him, there is a drone in the air that guides him.
Cap does not want the
should be
drone
in
out.
position now.
The drone is smaller than the frickin' android. It fits into a backpack.
All right.
Right.
And I don't believe I have been spotted so far.
Well, there are no big spotlights shining on you, so that's a good sign.
That's a good start.
And you start searching around. The area of the hole that you're at doesn't have any visible openings. There's no obvious hatches.
Mm-hmm.
What is Nemo doing?
Can any of these hatches be opened?
There are no obvious or visible
Oh, no,
hatches.
obvious. Sorry, you cut out that part. Well, connecting with appear to be in position. Any advice on how to proceed? I don't see any immediately visible hatches.
Um,
Look for not visible ones.
Was I gonna say, does the drone pick anything up, seeing that it might have better sight and sensors than our Android?
well, dude would definitely also have the schematics up, and would be looking along that edge of the ship for um, secondary, like service access, or any panels that might lift up just to get you access to the closer to the hull or anything like that, without necessarily being a hatch you could get in, but at least exposing a bit more of the structure.
Okay. First, Colleen, the drone that she built there doesn't really have anything. Um,
We put the observation suit on there, if you remember.
I did forget that. Let me look
That's
it
the
up.
fitting. So full spectrum, UV, IR, remote sensors, radiation, chemical,
Okay.
up to 2 kilometers away. And it can
Focus.
operate even complete absence of visible light.
Okay. Well, there you go.
It's called Alexa.
Of course it is.
Hey, if I ever have an armed drone, it will call me Meowsifer. But those things are expensive.
Okay. Um. Well, let's go ahead and get a. Piloting a drone is.
Programming. You can use pilot, but programming.
Okay.
Basically, the better of the two.
I see that.
Yep. It's like I planned this.
What? No, that's silly.
Oh yeah, it's crazy talk.
Okay. So, Nick, go ahead and roll int programming, and Matt, go ahead and roll int fix.
Hey, I'm starting to be consistent with my program rolls again.
So it is only one die on the screen at a time,
Yeah.
or one roll. Okay. And Nick, do you have the 3D dice turned on?
Yes,
Okay. So I still don't know
I
if
I
it.
like the 3D dice.
But I still don't know if somebody who does not have it on will trigger 3D dice for people that do have it turned on.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I think it's per user.
But yeah, I haven't turned on. That's why I was complaining about having to change the color, because with the backgrounds you were using and the color of my die, it was literally invisible.
Gotcha.
But yes, now that we have the solar recharger, I can use the drone to my heart's content.
Uh,
Let me read your observation suite real quick. Okay. You're welcome, Tor. Um, the the drone sees thick armor plating. Um, it's going to take some fine tuning to try and get to see anything through that armor plating. And this ship, I imagine actually most ships, will have means of preventing any kind of sensory detection from trying to get too deep. So I'm
Well,
gonna
that would usually be my department, so if I can actually
yes.
turn that off for the time being, basically make my own job easier here.
Oh, just try and make everything easy, don't you?
Well, I could go. I mean, I could electronic warfare myself here, trying to detect it and trying to block it, but it feels counterintuitive.
You can certainly lower the ship's internal ECM countermeasures. Well, the
Because
internal ECM.
right now we don't need them.
Well, except from the people on the planet.
No, they have a gun pointed at us. They know exactly where we are.
They have several
If they
guns
want to
pointed
shoot
at
us.
you.
Yes, basically the whole orbital defense system.
Okay. So, sticking with Nick here, you do see a kind of self-contained electronic circuiting going around basically a safe in a wall, is what it looks like. You can see the electromagnetic self-cycling, self-powering. And with some more successful program checks, you may even be able to figure out where you'll need to place line shunts, if you can get them close enough to where they need to be. Um,
Okay. Can I also try to basically map those circuits and send the results to the dude?
yeah, the mapping is probably something the drone is automatically doing. In fact, it's recording, so you can just go back and look it over at any point.
Awesome.
Um, Now, dude, with the information that you have before the drone gets all this,
mhm.
so you're essentially trying to assist Nemo in finding uh, some kind of hatch, access hatch, something that's not quite as clear, which would give access into, well, into the armor of the ship,
Mhm.
into the armored space. Um, and your instruction does give him a bonus on his roll. So at this point, you
Mhm.
can Nemo can roll notice check. It'll be wisdom notice.
Anyway, I can make it int notice instead.
No, because you're trying to perceive, trying to locate stuff based on um, technical descriptions.
Okay.
I mean, I well, in keeping with my own style, yes, you can. I'll let you. It will provide you with a different set of responses depending on which of the attributes you choose, either wisdom or intelligence.
Okay. Well, in that case, I am first. Let's see.
I should get on the guy who created this
That's
character
one.
sheet
Isn't it?
and ask him to
Yeah.
include the ability that's chosen in that line.
Mm.
Okay. In that case, I will activate a Mercurial Persona and take one from the system strain
Mm-hmm.
to switch to my secondary persona, which I for well convenience sake have named Andy,
So Andy is the smart
and
one.
uses intelligence bonus.
Okay.
So that goes down, and that goes up. Like so.
Oh yeah, that's gonna get tedious, isn't it? Having to actually physically adjust them each time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, nothing to be done about that. I assume it'll adjust automatically. I just have to adjust the stat up, the bonus stat.
Maybe 2 character sheets. Eesh, that'd also be a pain in the butt.
That would be.
There. That is a +1, and that's a +1 now. Notice. With intelligence. Did I get a bonus on it?
Yes, you get a +1 bonus.
With +1 bonus. Oh.
Oof.
I don't have any rerolls, do we?
You're not an expert, are you?
I am not. I'm an android.
Yep. It is one of the things that you give up for being an android. You're able to direct yourself to where to what dude is describing, not where he's describing, but what he's describing. Um, but you can't actually see any kind of panel where he's describing there should be one per this per what he's familiar with starships.
Can I try to punch the general area?
You certainly can.
Uh,
I'll try. I'll try that.
Okay.
Who knows? It might work. Punch strength, I assume.
Yes, yes. And yeah, you did it right. I wanted a
That's a
skill
9.
check rather than attack roll.
Yes, I figured.
Well, you certainly punch the ship. Not many people can say that they have punched a starship. You haven't done anything to it, except perhaps test the ship's armor.
Yes,
It's good, by
and
the way. The armor is good.
It's fist proof.
It is fist proof.
it doesn't like being fisted.
it
Well,
didn't.
it isn't complaining about being fisted.
But it didn't indicate any sort of sound, hollow sound, as if there might be a panel there that I just can't find,
No,
which was the general purpose of it.
it did not.
Well, then there doesn't there preliminary research indicates that there is no panel here. Advice?
I'm gonna have you guys roll one more check on this, and that check is going to dude with an int slash I'm gonna make you roll int no.
Oh shit.
Can I roll in? No.
This is related to fix, so if you've
And that
got
can Colleen assist with that? Because I have all 3 of those. I have fix, I have no, and I'm smart.
okay, so yes, we'll make this a group roll, and each of you can contribute. If you're contributing, you can contribute with fix instead of no.
I'll take that.
If you're primary, you're rolling no.
Okay, and dude is the primary, I assume.
Well, actually, this is information that all 3 of you have access to right now.
Here's the
Because
question.
Colleen
might-
has her.
Does Dude have no?
Dude does not have no.
It might be better if I am the primary then, because I do have no. Level
So do
0,
I.
but I have it.
Mm-hmm.
So do I.
And my fix is as good as you as well. My fix is lower, but it's the same roll. So
Right.
my no roll would be better.
So what this is Colleen has done deep scans of through various visual spectrums, and she's gotten that data and gotten it out to both Dude and Nemo. So you all have access to this information right now. It's just kind of a matter of putting your brains together and trying to parse that into human visible information.
Right, yeah. Dude would definitely be contributing with his fix as like, well, we'll take a look at that panel and
Okay.
like, okay.
And not to exclude you, Emma, Cap can also
Nope, it's
contribute
okay.
if she wants.
Lead?
Okay. How would she be contributing with lead? Give me some.
By coordinating everybody's particular sets of knowledge.
Okay. Then Cap is going to be deciding who's making the primary and secondary roles.
Primary role, I think, definitely will be Colleen,
Okay.
and then secondary role will be Dude.
All right. Let's
And
let's get a quick lead from Cap on this. I know I said one more roll, but expanding that one more roll. Lead from Cap to see how well her coordination goes over.
Yep. So lead charisma.
Mm-hmm.
No assistance.
No assistance on this. Okay. Let's get the two secondary fix rolls. Fix or no for the secondary, whichever is better.
same for me. So
Okay.
Int fix.
Int fix.
and I'll roll in no.
Okay.
Oof. Dude knows fix.
And let's get that primary roll from Colleen.
All right.
Int no. You can go ahead and take a +1 bonus to that.
This is a new scene, isn't it?
This is a new scene.
All right, I'm better than this. I know shit. For crying out loud. I
Okay.
don't deal with failure well.
She has to prove herself.
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Your deep scan and also just a plain visual scan, combined with the knowledge and coordination of that knowledge, this truly is. If there was such a thing as a physical black box, you've got that. This thing is truly snugged into your ship with no access anywhere near it, and there normally would be some little bits of access from the outside to get in and repair chunks of armor that are bleeding into the ship, or various other mechanical things in your very spectacular ship armor. This piece of space happens to snuggle neatly in between any of those access ways. It's isolated. You've got one entrance to this. Well,
Sort
one
of.
door and then walls if you want to try and get through the walls.
Honestly, we're
And
better off going through the door.
Holy
hell.
If we have to cut anyway, it's better to compromise the door than the walls. Or if we can get some line chance, then I can see about just cracking the thing open.
Yes, and that is the other thing is you can determine where line shunts need to be. You would actually have to drill into the hole, into the armor and the hull, a ways to get one close enough. But if you get 2 line shunts, you could do this.
So
Yes.
it's not completely a waste of time. We've learned a lot.
You have learned how to get into it and how not to even bother trying. And yes, drilling a small hole to get a line shunt close enough is going to be considerably easier than burrowing.
Going through the bloody door.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and leave us here with one quick, basically query. Are you done with this planet? Or are you going to... You've got one more day. Are you going to interact any further with Adjuan, the administrator, or anybody in that little section that you're allowed into?
Sorry.
Or are you going to do anything outside of that, skulk around? Are you doing anything else here?
I think right now is not the time to skulk.
Yeah, I feel we're done here. Let's not burn this particular bridge.
Yeah. Dude's definitely ready to get back out into space and make sure this ship is ship.
Okay.
That and the
Captain?
longer we stay here, the higher the risk that we're going to run into somebody's going to come here.
Or
That's
that we're
it.
just going to say the wrong thing and make somebody go, wait a minute.
Though we did, I remember we did talk about like memory recovery stuff.
You did. You haven't gotten an answer back from that yet. So I'll go ahead and say that you're not quite done here. You may even have some conversation in the interim in this evening about experiences with the trader, Kolana, Rajuan, and you guys aren't quite done with this planet, so I'll start up next session right back here on Mona.
Yeah, sorry.